welcome back to yet another episode of Lost Ox Media. As always, I am so happy to have y'all back here with me for yet another week of debauchery where we make you take a second look at what you just watched. As always, we have so many fine jamokes this episode, so we're not going to hold you too much longer. Let's just get right into the checklist. Like, who do we have on the docket for this week? I'm going to tell you right now. We have the good old Ethan Klein leaving jugs of piss around the office. This is kind of wild. Wait until you hear this. Like, I'm not joking with you. Legitimately leaving jugs of his own piss in his studio for his coworkers to find. And then we have Akash Singh from the Flagrant podcast getting absolutely fucking roasted by his own fans. And I'm not gonna lie to you, those comments are so goddamn juicy. Wait until I read you some of them. Then we have Drewski. You guys know this guy Drewski? He's that dude that does these he does those like crazy ass auditions on YouTube, like talent auditions. He's like this fat black country bumpkin dude with like small blonde twisties in his hair. He's going to be on a recent episode of Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast, and they may have given this guy the butt microphone on accident. Then we have Big Mike, the good old Big Mike Malak, completely cucking out Logan Paul on his own fucking podcast. That is like actually wild to see. Wait until I show you guys that. Like every time Logan goes to open his damn mouth, Mike's over there shutting him down. Oh, it's a sight to see, trust me. And then we have an audio-visual experience from Spotify. Big J Okerson and Robert Kelly on the bonfire, giving us some behind-the-scenes inside baseball, if you will, on the Jelly Roll roast that Netflix had recently done that has not come out yet. It has not come out yet. So wait until you guys hear this. Big J kind of cracks it all open, how like fake all these big Hollywood comedians are now, and how the roast just kind of didn't go the way it was supposed to, at least not for him. So we're gonna jump right into it. We're gonna start with that Drewski segment, right? Wait until I show you guys this. This is kind of funny. I don't usually cover Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast, not for any particular reason. It's just you don't see too many guys acting crazy a fool on that one, you know what I mean? Shane Gillis is pretty good about calling these assholes out when they're acting foolish, you know? But just seeing Drewski almost get the butt mic like this was kind of funny to me, so I wanted to share that with you guys. Let's turn down these jammin' tunes right here, cut over to the clip view, and check out the first time code. Drewski, he smells something a little funny on his mic. What is it? Let's find out.
Good shifting, though. Good shifting.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I thought my drone show was going to be a topic for a while, and no one gives a fuck.
Yeah, well.
I couldn't get into that. Like it was sick. You saw it, but I
got
kept
to see
hearing
it. I was so excited.
I kept hearing about it on the news, and I was just like, it was like the Chinese spy balloon. I was just
Do y'all
like,
change
all right.
these mic covers? I'm smelling
Every
something
time.
on these.
Every time.
Every
For
time.
sure.
Yeah.
No, never.
I don't think.
Now, see, if this was me in my studio, this is where I would start panicking. I would start freaking out because, like, I'm not anal per se about that kind of stuff, but I just don't want to have like a guest. Like, if a guest came over your house and was like, it kind of smells funny in here, I would start losing my mind. I would start cleaning them. It didn't matter. I wouldn't care if we had to go to the most important meeting or function in the world, Trump's inauguration. We could be on our way to that, and I would be cleaning my house. I'd be spraying shit. We're not going anywhere until this place smells good. You know, I would be losing it right here. You know, a couple of little jamokes like Shane and Matt, they don't give a shit. Shane's over here like, yeah, it kind of does smell like shit over here, bro. Matt, of course, losing his goddamn mind. This ain't his house. These aren't his mics. He don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? So now Drewski, he smells a little something funky on this microphone. What's it going to be? What's it going to be, Drew? What do you think? Like, and the craziest part is we don't even find out what it is. This mysterious smelling microphone, it just hangs out.
I'm smelling
Every
something
time.
on these.
Every time.
Every time for sure.
Yeah.
No, never.
I don't think
That's crazy. It
ever
smells. Mine
changed
doesn't
this
smell.
shit. It's a,
Mine doesn't smell either.
yeah,
Sure.
it might just be.
But we should
that might just
probably-
be the house smell.
Could be.
Ooh.
You know why people's houses have that different smell on it.
They do have different smells. I'm glad you said different instead of bad.
It's not all the
'cause-
same.
Yeah. Although this
But it
particular
is a
house
certain
does
smell.
bad.
Do y'all have
This-
dogs? Y'all got dogs?
No dogs.
That's funny. Drewski's like, white people's houses kind of smell weird, you know? And it's funny because sometimes white people smell weird. Sometimes every race smells weird. People just smell weird to other people when they're not used to the smell of what's happening. I could only imagine what Drewski's house smells like. Drewski's house probably smells like, I don't know, fried catfish or something. Drewski's a fucking big old country bumpkin boy. You know he like him a good old catfish, a side of collard green. But Shane's about to talk about how his house smells like shit sometimes. This is crazy because Shane's fucking rich, man. Like if you're crazy rich, dude, your house shouldn't smell like anything but money. Money and bitches. That's the only thing your house should smell like if you're rich like this.
Although this
But it
particular
is a
house
certain
does
smell.
bad.
Do y'all have
This-
dogs? Y'all got dogs?
No dogs. That's
I
just
had
whites.
dogs. That could have been in my house for a while.
Yeah, there's no dog here. Cat? Nothing?
Nothing.
It's just smelling. It's like an aroma.
Look at Drewski's face on this. Watch. Wait, I'm gonna zoom in on this asshole. Look, wait until you see his face. He gives it a fucking good sniff. And you know he's concentrating real hard. He wants to figure out what this fucking smell is, you know? He's like really trying to put his finger on it. Watch this.
Nothing.
Ooh. That's a big whiff. You could hear that like into the mic as if his nose, I mean, is pressed right on it. You know? He's sitting there. I'm surprised the microphone hasn't gotten sucked up into one of his goddamn nostrils. Holy shit. This is all for you. Hey, we're joking around here, all right? I don't want to get no weird-ass comments on YouTube. So this microphone smells like shit. He's about to find out it's the butt mic, all right? But not before he finds out that Shane's house actually smells like shit sometimes.
House for a while.
Yeah, there's no dog here. Cat? Nothing?
Nothing.
Just white people.
It's smelling. It's like an aroma. I don't know. It's a certain one. I don't know. Fuck it. Yeah, nah. Maybe just, that might just be for different people that's been here on the podcast.
Yeah.
How many people have y'all had on the podcast?
Not that many.
Okay. Yeah, that just might be the house. Huh?
It's the house.
Yeah, okay.
But there's
So Shane's sitting there smelling the fuck out of his microphone. He doesn't smell anything weird. And Drewski's like, how many people you guys normally have on here? Shane's like, no, nobody really. Matt's been doing these guys. Dude, Matt legitimately, I'm not even kidding you. Matt, when Shane's been gone for like the past like 6 months, like filming the new season of Tires for Netflix, right? So Matt's been doing a lot of solo podcasts. Like not solo, just without Shane. He's been having guests on. This guy, he's not recording in Shane's house. Matt can't record in his house. He's got a fucking like 2 little monsters running around that bitch and a whole wife, some dogs. You know, you can't podcast in that kind of environment. This guy rents out a studio and actually just like does the show on podiums. Like I'm talking 2 people standing there as if it's like a presidential debate. This guy's having a comedy fucking podcast. And they're both standing at podiums as if they're supposed to be arguing with each other. Instead, they're just telling dick jokes and talking about shit in their pants when they were drunk and how, I don't know, DMT will set your mind free, man. You know how Matt is in these types of situations. So they're sitting there trying to figure out what this smell is. But little do I would imagine this mic cover has been like in Lemaire's ass crack for the past like 6 months. He's been letting Lemaire Lee run around his goddamn house, free reign inside of his fucking house for however long he's been filming this goddamn thing. If you know anything about Lemaire Lee, we covered Lemaire Lee. He was bombing on a couple episodes of couple episodes back on Kill Tony. Lemaire Lee bombing his ass off. You remember that? Imagine that fat fuck running around your house for 6 months unsupervised. The type of shit that would be going. The goon cave that this guy made that they talked about in this episode was unprecedented. He made a whole entire goon cave just to jerk off in this guy's house because he's actually living in the shed in the backyard.
There's some sewage issues with the front half, and the house does occasionally smell like shit.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up.
And I keep trying to get it fixed, and
Is
for
it
some
really, though?
reason, plumbers don't believe me. I go, bro, I swear to God, the house smells like shit. and then it never
No, I didn't
smells.
smell that bad. I don't smell that. It's just like it's like a.
You were
it's
being
like a
racist
pet.
against
No,
whites.
no. I wasn't at
You
all.
did.
No,
You
no,
said
no, no,
you
no,
did
no,
all
no.
the white
I
people
don't-
smell
no,
like
no, no, no,
dogs.
no, I don't want to say that.
You did do
because
the
I
white people
wasn't.
smell
No,
like dogs.
it's just no. I felt like
Do white people smell like dogs? I've never smelled a white person that smells like a dog. But every time I'm around white people, I'm holding my nose. So I've never had that problem.
a pet has been in here off of the mic smell. It's
Yeah.
not necessarily everything.
And it's wet dogs, to be specific.
Okay,
White people
White
smell
people
like wet dogs.
yeah.
I never thought that.
No, I've heard
No,
that.
I thought you guys had pets.
I do. I have 2 dogs. So
Mm.
could be them, or it could just be
Could just be the whites.
Could just be the whites.
Yeah, let's wrap this.
So you're doing this is the white part of your press tour, and you're gonna come in and say we stink like dogs.
No, not
Oh.
at all. No, I don't. No. The mics
trying to
mics
win it?
definitely have a smell, but I don't think the house.
Does your mic smell like a wet dog?
I can't smell
Mine
it.
doesn't smell like it.
That's
yeah.
what,
Look, now Drewski's smelling this guy's fucking sofa and shit. That's how bad, dude. That's how bad this is. You know, the only other person I've seen have a problem with the mic cover like this is Bert Kreischer. Like that motherfucker breathes like toxic fumes. So that mic cover is practically sizzling off of the microphone when Bert gets done talking into it. They'd probably have to replace that thing once every other week, if I would imagine. So Drewski's really having a hard time with this.
We can't smell, Fox can't smell his own hole. You know?
smell his.
yeah.
Smell his. Let's trade.
Oh yeah, this one does smell a little.
Yeah, I said it is. Yours actually smells like a regular mic.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is totally scentless as well.
Oh, did we give him the butt mic?
Ooh.
What the fuck?
Look at my main man Drewski over there. Someone please call 911. My man just heard that. Now, this is a joke, right? Obviously, but you cannot tell with these fucking guys. So this is the face of a man who's truly, he's in the middle of it all. He's in the eye of the storm right now, if you will, because he does not know if this is real. A couple of fucking frat boy cucks like Shane and Matt, that mic could have been anywhere. And Matt's looking at Shane for, oh, sorry about that. Matt's looking at Shane for fucking confirmation on the bit. You know, Matt's about to deliver this bit with Shane.
The what? The what?
Oh, the blue one's supposed to be for the. Oh, you got the butt mic. We record
What
farts
does
on this
that mean?
podcast, and we fart into.
Yo, dude, Drewski's in it right now. Drewski's in it right now. I love that. Shit, look at where I fucking back up to. Look at this. Shane goes to Drewski. Oh, the blue one over there is supposed to be for the guest. You got the butt mic. That's the one we all fart into. Remember Christina P. on Your Mom's House? They actually used to have a butt mic. If you didn't know that. Christina actually had a mic, kind of like this one, off to the side, right? That's not a butt mic. She had a mic like that, off to the side, right? Every time she had to fart, she'd fart into the mic, put it back down on the side. Just like that. I might actually start using that microphone as that mic has just been sitting there. I've been waiting to like hook up like a reverb effect to it or something like that so I could fuck around with it while we're talking a bunch of shit. Still haven't gotten around to buying that pedal. So this guy, he just caught wind of the butt mic. You know, he doesn't know if this is real or not. And I'm not gonna lie, they're almost doing a somewhat good job of selling this.
We record farts
does
on this
that mean?
podcast, and we fart into.
I'm
If somebody has to fart, we. No,
He's kidding. He's
I would
kidding.
never-
He's
I would
kidding.
never do that.
That'd
to
be
you.
crazy. That would be for real. I mean,
Bro, call.
farted
Y'all
in.
give him the butt mic.
You would have every reason to be very, very
Nah,
upset.
seriously.
that'd be
Yeah.
so disrespectful.
Dude, Drewski almost in trouble on that one. Bro, you almost got the butt mic like that.
Fart, no,
He's
I'm joking,
kidding.
I'm
He's
joking. I would
kidding. He's
never-
kidding. He's
I would
kidding.
never do
He's
that.
joking.
That'd be crazy. That would be for real. I mean,
Bro, call.
farted in.
He's joking. Give it up for Shane and his lovely little jokes. We love Shane and his little jokey wokies. Now, maybe we should go on to the What's Eating Ethan Klein segment, yeah? Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit of that H3 love, a little bit of that Ethan Klein magic. Huh? A little bit of anti-Semitism talk? Huh? Huh? A little bit of Hassan Piker hate talk? Huh? You know? A little bit of that? You guys want some of that? Yeah? Okay. We can do some Ethan Klein. So, you guys remember I was telling you how this guy had left jugs of piss in his office. You know, I'm sorry, it took a lot out of me to say that because I almost couldn't believe that was real when I heard it. I was combing through this episode. I was watching it live, actually, and I'm sitting there, like, paying attention. Nothing's happening. I'm talking nothing. The most I had time coded before finding out about this piss jug was him talking, like, about this content nuke video that he has planned for Hassan Piker, right? And trust me, I'm excited for that one. And I'm not excited because I think it's going to be, like, a good video. I think this is going to be, like, legitimately a very big crash out moment for Ethan. I feel like people are really going to pick this goddamn video apart. Because what it's going to do is it's going to shed a light on, like, all of, like, the inner like thoughts that he's had on Hassan, probably since he's met Hassan, that he's probably always wanted to get out, right? And it's going to show a lot of, like, weakness in a man like Ethan. He can't just let something like that go. So trust me, there's going to be a lot of good shit coming out of that one. But in this one, all I was hearing was some Hassan Piker talk, right? And then he brings up the piss jug about how he has like a doctor visit or something like that, and they're running a bunch of tests on this guy like he's a fucking lab rat, right? And one of the tests involves him having to carry around a jug for an entire day, and he has to keep that fucking jug filled with whatever pisses he takes throughout the day. If he takes 20 pisses, they all got to go in that jug. So you got to be careful because they don't give you a second jug, so you have to make it fit. Okay? You don't want to piss too much. You don't want to piss too little. But we'll get into all that a little bit later. I want to show you guys him talking about this Hassan Piker content nuke. This guy legitimately is like giving up everything to make this goddamn video. You remember last time I talked to you, the runtime of the video was 45 minutes long. He had 45 minutes worth of Hassan Piker hit piece wrapped up nice and tight for you, right? Now, the runtime is up to almost 2 hours. It's like an hour and 50 minutes long of him just bitching about Hassan. This guy's gone through probably every stream that Hassan's done in the past X amount of months, combing through it all like a goddamn investigative journalist just to make this crazy-ass video. And I could only imagine what the video's like. So let's hear him talk about it because he thinks this is going to be the greatest takedown video of all time.
Anyway, so that was pretty hectic, and it took like a whole night away from me editing, which was a tragic loss.
The biggest loss of it all.
But last night, I'll tell you guys, I finished the basically the video's done. I need to now, over the weekend, I'm going to polish. I'm going to add a little bit to close it out. And then next week, we are going to launch that fucking bitch.
The Hassan Piker nuke.
I think it's going to be about 1:50.
An hour and 50. An hour and 50 minutes of concentrated hatred coming out of Ethan Klein. This is not the message that this guy's trying to portray out there in the world. You know, we supposed to be cool Jew. You're not supposed to be hateful Jew like this. Okay? When you get hateful Jew, that's when the world starts turning on you, you know? You know how everybody's always sitting there going, man, Jews complain a lot, you know? This is why. Because when you accidentally steal a Jew's parking lot, they start a whole goddamn thing about it, complaining their asses off. This guy, Hassan Piker, is making streams that legitimately have no involvement with Ethan. And I'm not defending Hassan. I think Hassan's just as big of a fag as Ethan is, but he's legitimately not making any streams that are directly correlating to Ethan at all. So this guy is just like legitimately living his life like he can't even fucking breathe and have an opinion without this guy making a 2-hour-long vendetta piece against him. He's losing sleep over it. He's not able to hang out with his wife and family. The last 2 members streams, the ones that the fans pay for, right? This asshole wasn't even in them. He's just going home, straight home, and editing Hassan Piker hit piece, the nuke.
And I think this. I don't want to oversell it, but I want to convey how I feel good about it. I feel proud of myself.
Yes.
I feel it might be one of the best
too.
takedown videos of all time.
Ooh, that's a big claim right there, right? And I'll tell you why it's a big claim. It's a big claim because you know how many hit piece videos there are out there in the goddamn YouTube sphere, brother? You know how many people are making hit piece videos, bro? A lot of them are on you, and they're pretty goddamn good. I'm not going to lie. You watch this guy, Moon? You ever hear this fucking Moon guy on YouTube? One of those British fags, he'll be talking about shit with this crazy accent. He'll be like, the reason why McDonald's is the most evil corporation in the world is because they sell burgers and fries to underage children. You know what it's like? But the guy's editing is fucking like, it's top notch. Whoever this fucking guy hires to edit his videos, I'm telling you, they're crazy. They're not, they're just good editing. So this guy's got a lot of competition to be making this claim, right? And of course, Dan, being the best producer in YouTube history, and one who likes to go against Ethan, which I love. Dan's gonna say something about this.
What I
think I do. I genuinely do.
Sell it, huh?
I genuinely do.
Uh-huh.
I don't think
feel that
Hassan
way.
knows what's coming.
what's been fun for me to
Or
see.
Dan Clancy.
It's been so long since we made these
Oh, shit.
videos, and it's cool to see Ethan again in this like highly edited
Yeah.
version where you really get to pick every sentence and kind of like, I don't know. It's something we haven't made in years.
5 years since I last. I've posted a video with iDubbbz like going like.
So now Gila Klein, she's talking about how this is like a really nice, it's a good experience, because they haven't made a video like this in like years, they have, bro. And this is funny because she brings up the point. She goes, it's nice to see Ethan in this like edited format, where he really gets to pick and choose every sentence. He really gets to like artistically express his point with the editing. We've been doing live podcasts for the past X amount of years. But that's the thing. There is a backside to that, right? So you're saying that you get to see him in this edited format where he carefully gets to pick and choose his words. Why is the video 2 hours long almost? Like, think about that in your mind. If the video, the concentrated version that Ethan's channeling all this hatred through is 2 hours long, imagine if you were like just friends with the guy. You would not be able to spend any time with him until he got this shit out of his system. You legitimately wouldn't. Because if you cannot concentrate it down to something than less than 2 hours, you legitimately have to be spending every single waking moment complaining about this shit. You would have to be. Like I think like physically, like by physic law, you would have to be complaining about this 24/7 to concentrate it down to 2 hours almost, like what are you bitching about Hassan since birth? You got this video, it's an autobiography on the guy.
Astro surfing.
Like that to me was insane to hear that. You know what I mean? And listen to this. This is fucking hilarious. Ethan's like, yo, the critics are raving, bro. Everyone I showed the video to loves the video. They're obsessed with it. They love it so much. They can't hold back their tears. They're so excited. The critics are raving 5 stars across the board. This one's going to be on IMDb. And then remember last time he talked about showing it to someone. He showed it to Dan. Dan gave him fucking crickets. Dan was like, hey, we'll talk about it off air. That's not a good sign. Somebody tells you that they want to talk about it off air. That's not a good sign. It means he doesn't want to embarrass you in front of all your fans, your friends, the family.
I heard reviews of people who I previewed to, they were screaming and shouting and cheering like they were watching Star Wars
Really?
for the first time.
Did anyone hand you a
Listen to
$100
that.
bill?
What does that have to do with anything?
They were just so moved that they just handed you money.
Is that a thing?
No, see, this is what's funny. This is how delusional Ethan is. He's sitting there going, yo, I showed it to a couple people. They started cheering and clapping as if they had seen Star Wars for the first time. And Dan comes back because that is a ridiculous statement to say. I'm not going to get into it, but Star Wars came out. That was like the first movie with special effects. Like, so think about that. People went into the theaters. They were probably shitting their pants. You know, it wasn't that long ago before Star Wars that movies were in black and fucking white. So when people saw that, they probably lost their goddamn minds. You know? To see Darth Vader, to see one of the spaceships flying through, they're like, whoa, what the fuck? Lightsabers shooting and shit. They don't know what's happening. So to compare that to your video, to that experience, is crazy, right? So Dan sees this. He goes, oh, well, what? They give you like $100 bill? It was that cool that they just started paying you out of nowhere, right? He says this to be ridiculous as fuck. Ethan can't even pick up on it. That's how self-absorbed he is in this goddamn video. He's not even picking up on the fact that Dan is obviously messing with him.
Screaming and shouting and cheering like they were watching Star Wars
Really?
for the first time.
Did anyone hand you a $100 bill?
What does that have to do with anything?
They were just so moved that they just handed you money.
Is that a thing?
Well, it sounds like that didn't happen, so I guess it's not
I
that
guess
good.
they didn't like it that much. I guess it was fake.
I love that. Dan goes, well, it sounds like what you're saying is a crock of shit. So what I'm saying to you is also a crock of shit.
Everybody's raving about it, though. Yeah. And I'm very excited, guys. And I'll tell you this, too. You guys will notice, but I did not sugarcoat or pull back anything, and they are going to be so fucking mad. Like, I did things intentionally, and I'll say this openly. I said, I'm doing this. I know this is like pushing it, the boundary of what's like appropriate to say, but I'm fucking doing it because I'm right, one. I'm a professional comedian. You know what I mean? I'm the last line of defense, okay?
Professional comedian, last line of defense, right? Look, he goes for confirmation to his unfunny, fucking stupid-ass wife. Listen to this.
Two, if I don't walk the line, who does, right, Hila?
Right, Hila?
And then
Right, Hila? I'm a professional comedian. I'm the last line of defense. And if I don't walk the line, who's going to walk it? Right, Hila? Right, Hila? You remember? Remember I told you to agree with me when we talked about this? Before we got into work today, I told you to agree with me. Right? So, right, I'm the last line of defense, right, Hila? Yes, Ethan. You're the last line of defense against my pussy. This is just crazy to me. Once again, going to the whole topic of Ethan being a professional comedian. I mean, dude, just because some fucking internet misfits pay you on Super Chat and shit, this does not make you a professional comedian. If somebody, this is what's crazy about these YouTubers, is some of them like really think that they're comedian. Like, it's fucking actually insane. He's not the only person to have this like delusion. I've seen other buck-toothed ass white fucking trailer park freaks on YouTube. They make a whole YouTube career out of like shilling fucking reaction videos to like 12-year-old kids, right? And of course, as their popularity grows, you're going to get a couple people who actually make their own money mixed into that audience, right? And they get like 1 million followers or so, and then they go, well, I'm a professional comedian too. They start a tour, right? They start playing like fucking comedy bars and shit across the country. They bomb their asses off all over the place. Then people start going, well, what the fuck is this? You know what? I didn't sign up for this. It's the same concept with Ethan. Same concept with Ethan. Just because you get paid from YouTube and the show might be funny to some people does not make you a professional comedian. If the guy was, his whole YouTube channel was he like made you know those fucking hobby engines that people buy, like the engine kits, right? And they start putting them together, they make like models and shit out of them. If I had a YouTube channel and my YouTube channel was building those model engines because for some reason Dumbass people like to watch those kind of videos. It's like ASMR to them, right? So I'm sitting there clinking around. I build this model engine, right? And I'm getting paid lots of money because lots of people are tuning into my videos. That doesn't make me a goddamn mechanic, okay? I would not be able to then go do, full work on somebody's engine just because I built a couple model engines in my goddamn spare time and got paid from YouTube for it. So this is like, when you hear Ethan say this kind of stuff, you have to have like that kind of mentality in your head. This guy is basically building model engines and saying that he's a mechanic because of it. So now look, this is funny. We're going to get to the piss jug in a little bit. They start talking about like soup and shit. Of course, Ethan, he's obsessed with food. They start getting on this soup shit. And Ethan, like, he starts asking these guys, like, yo, I need somebody to, like, call these delis, right? And see if they have, like, pea soup or matzo ball soup. See what kind of soups that they have on the menu. I want you to call, like, 6 different delis. I'm going to name them off, right? He doesn't even know, like, which person in the crew is supposed to do which job. Like, if he wants someone to call, right, outside, so call, like, a store or something like that, he's going to ask, like, Lena or maybe Ian, the people that are off camera a lot more than the people that are on camera doing stuff. AB is part of the research team. What the fuck is this girl's name? Olivia, she's part of the research team. Zach is audio. Fucking Ian. What's this guy's asshole's name? Turtle Boy. Dan, he's the executive producer, if you will, the main guy, the head producer, right? Everybody's got a role. Ethan don't even know these people's fucking roles. He wants people to start calling in. He starts asking AB to do shit. AB's like, bro, I'm research and development, bitch. You asking the wrong dude.
What?
So look up, for example, let's start with cantors. And call them if you need to. Let's give a list to AB. You have cantors.
I'm saying you're looking at me, but I feel like you're talking to Ian. So you're talking to Ian.
Well, AB's research, and I mean, Ian, you can do it if you want, but who's doing calls during the show? It'd be AB, right?
I don't think so.
Oh, it would definitely be Ian.
I could also do.
Look, even Dan. No, dude, it would definitely be Ian. You're fucking retarded, bro. I love this because AB, normally we see Ethan, he starts like demanding shit. AB's quick to start lapping it up. Lapping up Ethan's fucking juices, bro. Ethan's like, yeah, my dog just shit on the floor. AB's cleaning it up with his bare hands. AB, I'm right on it. Anything, Ethan's sitting there talking shit about the Palestine, right? And how Arabs are fucking killing Jews left and right. How Israel deserves the whole fucking shebang, right? Ethan's going crazy Zionist in this bitch in the studio. AB's sitting there with his fucking thumbs. Swallowing it. Sitting there swallowing it. I actually saw a clip the other day. AB legitimately was like, oh, well, there was this propaganda going on not that long ago. And they were saying in the propaganda that, like, Palestinians were basically trained at, like, 2 years old to kill babies and stuff. It was during, who said that shit? I think it was, like, Paul Giuliani or Mayor Giuliani, the ex-Mayor Giuliani, said this shit during like a Trump rally or something. He was like, the Palestinians are trained at 2 years old to kill Americans and Jews, right? And AB's like, that's kind of ridiculous. I don't know if parents over there. Dude, he legitimately is like, I don't know, man. Palestinians are fucking pieces of shit, man. Like, like legit, like she doesn't say that shit verbatim. I'm elevating it for the bit. But she legitimately goes, I mean, I don't know about that one. Right to AB. Like, so these guys are constantly fucking basically shitting in this guy's fucking face all the time. So it was nice when I saw Ethan starts going, yo, AB, make these calls, bitch. And AB's like, bro, that ain't my fucking job, dude. You're looking at me. I feel like you're not talking to me. You know why? Because it ain't my fucking job. I like that. I like seeing that.
For example, let's start with cantors. And call them if you need to. Let's give a list to AB. You have cantors.
I'm saying you're looking at me, but I feel like you're talking to Ian. So you're talking to Ian.
Well, AB's research, and I mean, Ian, you can do it if you want, but who's doing calls during the show? It'd be AB, right?
I don't think so.
Oh, it would definitely be Ian.
I could also do it.
Look, even Dan. No, it would definitely be Ian. You fucking idiot. We've all been working for you for how long, dude? Like, you should know this shit by now. That's how much. So this is what's crazy to me, and I don't I've never had a podcast, right? This is literally my first one. So when the show gets big enough, I'm going to be going through all of that stuff for the first time, right? But I could not imagine any world where my show gets so big that I don't know what the people who work for me do. You know? Like, I couldn't imagine if I had 3 other people in this room working on the show. I would not imagine a world where I did not know exactly what each of them did. You know? It's crazy to me. So, to me, that says that he has, like, a zero involvement of, like, what the show is. Like, as far as topics or whatever. That's wild to me. I do all these topics myself, right? And later, if I hire a producer down the road, I'm still going to know what the topics are. I wouldn't be able to talk about any of this shit if the producer just came to me with I wouldn't have any context to, like, okay, I'm going to start making jokes about stuff I don't even know about. Like, I had to have watched the episode, man. I got to look through the show notes. I got to know what's happening before we start shooting this shit on here, bro. Like I said, I try not to edit these things. So it's like we're doing this basically live, okay? Like, I'm recording it, I hit end, that's it. That's what's getting uploaded. So I could not imagine hiring enough people to where, like, this is like a plug and play type situation where I just come in, sit down and go like, okay, guys, you feed it all to me. I just do. That'd be nice. I would like to, but that's not how this show works. And to have a show like Ethan's, it's the same concept. You got to know what the fuck is going on here, bro. But now watch. He doesn't know what's going on. And Ian sees this as an opportunity to really piss Ethan off. To the point to where Ethan, dead ass serious, like, is like, you guys need to mute. Ethan threatens to leave if they do not mute Ian's microphone. That's how bad he starts pissing Ethan off. Watch this.
Calls during the show. Okay, Ian, you want to do this?
Sure.
All right.
He's probably on a call right now.
Cantors.
I'm also down to go get anything too. If you
Let's
need.
do it.
Well, I don't even think we need to do that. Let's make the calls
I
first.
think we need soup, is what I'm saying. But
Guys, please let me get this out of my system so we
okay,
can move on.
get
Look
it
at
out.
that. Even his own Gila Klein, he's getting mad at. All he wants to do is start naming off Jewish delis to get a little bit of matzo ball soup. Couple yarmulkes, Uber Eats delivered to the goddamn studio. He can't even get the words out of his goddamn mouth. He's like, guys, please, I haven't even gotten to what type of yarmulkes I want for the goddamn studio yet. And we're still arguing about soup. He needs to get this out of his system. Now, this is one spout off. That was to his goddamn wife. Now, Ian, I don't know if Ian's doing this on purpose or if Ian's just like that big of a fucking, weirdo. Like, because Ian does strike me as one of those people that, like, he probably has to try, like, 0% to annoy the shit out of people. Like, he strikes me as one of those types of people that, like, his sheer existence is annoying. He vibrates like a frequency of annoyance that just fucking penetrates people's fucking psyche like you would not believe. I really feel that way when I see a guy like Ian. I go, that guy is no good. And it's not because he's evil. He's just one of those people that you just can't tolerate to be around, right? So if Ethan's already getting like this with his wife, how do you think he's going to get with Ian? So Ian sees that he's already getting snippy, right? And like I said, I don't know if he's doing it on purpose, but he uses this as an opportunity to twist the knife a little bit.
Get it out.
Cantors.
Yeah.
Daughter's Deli.
Mm-hmm.
Mel's. Is Mel's not really?
It's a diner.
That's a
It's
diner.
Yeah, more. Lovey's. Brent's. I think we are. Yeah, Brent's obviously. I mean, those are for big names.
I'm writing them all down.
And then let's start with those 4. Those are all big, heavy hitters.
And I'm looking for split pea soup.
Should we ask them what's their best seller soup?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, they wouldn't know if it's a waiter. They'd be like, I think it's this.
It's got to be matzo ball.
I say, can I?
Wait, no, you could totally. You ask if they have. Do you have split pea soup? They say yeah. They say, do you have cabbage soup? Yeah. Which one gets ordered more? Which one's more popular? You just act like you're gonna.
Yeah.
You're asking.
Dude, can you actually believe that like 18,000 people will sit around and watch this shit live? Like, I'm almost falling asleep fucking sitting here trying to cover this shit with you guys. I could imagine this got to be getting boring for you. Like, if it wasn't for the simple fact that I already knew that Ethan's about to snap off on Ian, I mean, I'd be snoozing right now. I'd be out like a light. It'd be done for me. This is the kind of shit that I'm talking. 9 producers, research team, chat moderators. Like, this is what you get for that right there. And then they want you to pay $5 a month to join the goddamn member stream that Ethan's not going to show up to. They want you to toss money at fucking chat just to say something, to not even have the host of the show read it off, right? To have Dan, probably the second most unlikable person in the crew, to read them off for you. Yeah, okay, that's cool.
Asking them which one you want.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm betting like $200 that nobody orders cabbage soup.
Who's betting? Wait, hold on.
$200.
Don't say nobody. It's on the menu.
Look, Ethan's inner Jew is about to start coming out of here. Watch this. So Hila goes, I bet $200 that no matter what deli you call, I bet none of them even sell that much cabbage soup. Who's eating cabbage soup nowadays? It's 2024. Matzo ball soup, Jewish soup, all the way Jewish soup, matzo balls. That's all people are eating. So Ethan hears about this $200 bet. He's like, whoa, bitch. He's like, that's my money too. What are you talking about? Watch fair.
I'm betting like $200 that nobody orders cabbage soup.
Who's betting? Wait, hold on.
$200.
Don't say nobody. It's on the menu for a reason. Girl, what? That's my money too. Hold on.
Hold on.
Is anyone taking her on that?
I feel like chicken noodle has to be the most ordered one.
Nah, that shit's boring. Can get that in a can.
Matzo ball soup?
Matzo ball soup because potential.
It's a good contender, but I think maybe that might be the most ordered one.
I think matzo ball at a deli.
Look, this guy right here, he legitimately tries like so hard not to look like Jew. This is like the most Jewish Jew I've ever seen in my life, dude. And to hear him just nonstop suggesting this matzo ball soup is driving me crazy. Like, it was driving me crazy when I was watching it before. Like, shut the fuck up about the matzo ball soup, dude. Like, are you serious right now? It ain't that crazy. I actually would rather eat Italian wedding soup than matzo ball soup. You could kiss my ass with that stuff.
At a deli, that has to be the
Yeah.
Which one is this? Cantor's?
Yeah.
At a deli.
Just call them.
Zach, do you like the barley mushroom soup?
I do like mushroom.
I love that one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay.
Just call them.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm glad we agree.
This
there's
is
no
riveting.
split pea on here.
Just call them. That's why I said call them. There's no cabbage either. Like, what are you talking about?
Ooh, so now Ethan's getting upset. And, you know, they got to play this, like, fucking JPEG of Ian every time they cut to the screen, because whenever they cut to his actual camera, he has the ISO down to 100, which is, like, the fucking light sensitivity settings, right? He'll have the ISO down to 100, basically making his camera completely recording in the dark, you know? So it's like this guy refuses to be on camera. And I could understand why. I mean, take one look at this guy and you'll understand. So remember I told you, he doesn't even have to try to be annoying as fuck, right? So Ethan's like, call these places, ask about the soup, right? Ian, instead of calling, he starts going on the menu online. He goes, I don't see any matzo ball soup. Ethan starts getting pissed. He goes, that's why I asked you to call them, bitch. You skinny, turtle-ass looking motherfucker. That's why I asked you to call them. So would you please call them? And Ian's, well, what? He starts giving him the back talk, and that's when Ethan gets pissed off. Watch this.
I love that one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Just call them.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm glad we agree.
There's no split pea on here.
Just call them. That's why I said call them. There's no cabbage either. Like, what are you talking about?
This is most ordered.
Ian, who's what kind of propaganda are you spending? You're going to open a list and be like, oh, there's no split pea soup? Do you see cabbage soup on here, Ian? Why is it that you lead that there's no split pea soup? Tell me the truth on this.
So now Ethan's trying to do like a bit here. He's trying to save this moment by adding some humor to it. Like, whoa, what do you want? Like a split pea conspiracy, buddy? You know? Ian's still going to end up pissing this guy off. Like, this is how bad. Like, Ian's got to be like retarded or something. I'm talking one of those like low simmer like retards. Like one that's on low heat. It's going to take a while for that to cook down, you know? So I think he's got something creeping up. You know what I mean? At least. Because He doesn't get the hint. Ethan's like, dude, just call, bro.
Why
No,
did
wait,
you not
pull up-
mention there's no cabbage soup?
Pull up the image.
You're
just
obviously
for
you're
reference.
obviously trying to convey one side of this story. And frankly, who's paying you?
Can I see the image, or can the people see the photo?
Yeah.
How
I'll pull
about
it up.
you just
I'll pull
follow
it
my
up.
instructions and call them, dude?
I'm pulling it up right now.
I see matzo ball.
This is bullshit.
most
It's a
like
screenshot of a
most
dumb
ordered.
fuck. This is dumb as fuck, dude.
Right here, watch. This is where the fuse starts getting a little short. This is where, so you're here already, Ethan. Why don't you just call them like I fucking asked you to? This is the same guy who brings jugs of piss to the office. You know that?
Yeah, it's not about which soup is the most popular. We know that. We know that matzo ball soup is the most popular.
We did all
Will you
just
just
agree.
listen to me? I don't want to talk about this anymore. Just call them. Please,
go.
just call them. I don't want to fucking look at the menus. I don't want to talk anymore about it. You just call them, and then when you get an answer, you chime in. Please.
It's like an analog version of the chat GPT, or no, bad poll.
Mute him. I'm dead serious. I'm going to leave if you don't mute him.
They have both split
Ian,
pea
and
and
Nate,
cabbage.
mute him, please.
Okay.
Look, now this is what's funny about this. Ethan's going, mute him. Mute him. I swear to God, if you guys don't fucking mute him, I'm out of here. Like, I will leave this very moment if you don't mute him. This is what's so funny about this. The whole reason I started talking about this time code is because Ethan doesn't know who does what on his fucking crew, right? He legitimately goes, mute this guy. I'm going to leave if you don't mute him. Who's the audio guy? I just got done talking about this earlier. Who every 5 seconds is playing a fucking soundbite on that bullshit? Who's doing that? Who's doing that all the time on the show? Zach. Zach's always been the audio guy. Who's the guy fucking making the parody songs? Ethan Klein wants to be like Red and Link and do the mythical morning. You know what I mean? Who's the guy? It's Zach. Now listen to Ethan. Ethan goes, Nate, who's the camera switcher. He goes, Nate, mute him. Please, Nate, mute him. Not even talking to the right person again. Oh, we got a little bit of technical difficulties. Let's go back to that one.
An analog version of the chat GPT, or no, bad poll.
Mute him. I'm dead serious. I'm going to leave if you don't mute him.
They have both split
Ian,
pea
and
and
Nate,
cabbage.
mute him, please.
Okay.
I can't do this. All right.
Zach's the audio guy.
Thank you. Zach.
Look, AB coming in clutch. Zach's the audio guy. Let's give it up for AB, bro. You got the soundboard freaking out again. Give it up for AB. There you go. Finally, guys. Finally. AB is getting his fucking due right now. I love that. Seeing Ethan get that pissed off. He's like, mute him. Mute him. I swear to God, I'll leave right now if you don't mute this guy. Now watch, dude. This one. This is the one that we've been waiting for. The jug of piss, okay? This is a very sus move right here. I told you, Ethan, he went to the doctor to get like all sorts of tests or something like that. You know, he's got 2 kids that were made in like Petri dishes or something like that. You know what I mean? Staying at home. So you get these test tube babies, their immune systems are going to be fucked from the day. You know what I mean? From the day one shit. You know? So Ethan, that brings a lot of disease, sickness, bacteria into the household. So Ethan, he apparently has been sick for like the past like 90 days or something. My suspicion is Ozempic, okay? This guy is just saying that he's just nonstop been sick. Okay, whatever. Bullshit. Don't believe it. But he ends up going to the doctor, right? And he goes to the doctor. Yo, doc, I need to get some tests done, bro. I'm not feeling right. The doc's like, what's wrong with you? I'm Jewish, bro. No, I'm just kidding. So he goes to the doctor to get these tests. Dude, they start hooking him up to fucking all sorts of machines and shit. They're like, bro, you need MRIs out the wazoo. They know a guy like Ethan's bank account. Remember, we talked about a couple episodes back. Ethan was talking about how he could get a prescription of Adderall if he really wanted to from his doctor. His doctor's cool like that. He'll hook Ethan up. And I explained to you, doctors, they see guys with deep pockets like Ethan. They'll hook you up with whatever you want. Your insurance is paying for the shit. They don't care what you come in there for. They'll start writing you off shit willy-nilly because they know that they can get it from you. They know insurance premiums don't mean shit to you. If the insurance comes back with a 50-50 split bill to you for $14,000, oh, well, it was all in the name of my health, you know? My health is all I have. This is why these doctors will do this with you. So you go in there and you start going, Doc, I don't know what's wrong. They're like, hey, you want to order like $75,000 worth of tests? Does that sound like something you want? Ethan's like, oh, well, I can afford that. Yeah, let's run them all, doc, run them all. If I went into a doctor's office tomorrow and was like, hey, yo, I got a Medicaid, bro. Like, let me get the works. Let me get the whole test. You know what I mean? They'd be like, we don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. What do you do? Your insurance, bro, you got like $1,000 worth of coverage. Get the fuck out. You know, that's how the shit would go. They would not give a fuck about a guy like me. You know? So Ethan, he starts getting all these tests, right? The doctor says, hey, this last test, we need you to carry around this jug. Every single time you have to pee, you need to pee in the jug. And you need to save it. Not only do you need to save it, you need to make sure that the jug is cold at all times, which means you need to refrigerate it. Well, listen to this.
So as a
H3's
part
being
of
a little bitch
the
again.
continued tests that I'm doing, they gave me this new one, which I've never heard. I didn't know this was a test. You have to carry around this giant jug with you for 24 hours and collect every pee for 24 hours. And then the fucked up part, you have to keep it in the refrigerator. It has to remain refrigerated.
Says who?
The fucking doctor, bro. What do you
Well, that's
do?
why I'm
You do it
asking.
for fun?
No, I'm asking
You
a
think
question.
that I'm just like
you don't have to snap at me. I'm just asking.
What the fuck?
Is that serious right there?
Why the fuck would I store
You know what I mean? That's a great question that Dan asked, because if you see a guy like Ethan, you're like, this guy is a fucking slob. You know, he leaves the house barely dressed every day. You know, he's obsessed with farts and asses and prolapsed anuses and shit and stuff like that. So it's like, you already know this guy is the grossest that you can get behind closed doors, of course. So you see, oh, this guy's got a piss jug that he has to keep refrigerated all day. To ask who is asking you to do that is a very valid question. Like, that could be his weird-ass Jewish dad asking him to do that. You know what I mean? His dad's like, well, back in the old country, we used to keep the bottle of piss in the yard, boy, in the goy, in the shigaboy. You know what I mean? So this could be anything that Dan's asking him. Who knows? I don't know. So he's like, yeah, that's a valid question to ask. Ethan's getting pissed off about it. Why? You got something to hide? Is this piss jug for something else? Because I've never heard of a test like this. You know, that'd be like if you went in to get a stool sample for the doctor, right? And he hands you a 5-gallon bucket and goes, every shit you got to take, you got to dump it in that bucket. It's got to stay refrigerated, my friend. 24 hours, bring it back. No. Usually you go, they just ask you to piss in a cup once. You know what I mean? Shit in a thing once. You know, what are all these samples? You can't get time-released samples, bro. Like, that's not how this works.
Says who?
The fucking doctor, bro.
Well, that's why I'm asking.
For fun?
I'm asking
You
a
think
question.
that I'm just like...
You don't have to snap at me. I'm just asking.
Why the fuck would I store it in the fridge for fun? That's insane.
I don't know. It's not. It wouldn't be the most insane thing you've done.
God.
It is fucking... Might
You guys
be.
really got to question
Well, it's
everything.
ridiculous.
I got a
what kind of
question,
question
too.
is that?
Yeah.
All that money, and you guys only got one fridge?
Wow,
Yeah.
but it's,
Listen, I can't even believe Gila's going, you guys got to question everything. Oh, you guys got to question everything. Bro, you just got done telling us that you have a piss jug that you have to carry around for a day and keep in the fridge. Like, we're not supposed to have any questions at all? Like, what the fuck kind of bullshit is that?
sides
Fridge.
they're horrible though.
It
You know.
fits.
I have another question. You said it comes with you everywhere, and it has to be refrigerated.
No, I
Is
have
it in
the-
our kitchen?
Not right now.
Ooh.
Okay.
Not right now, he says. Broski, you come at, if I was one of these guys producing this shit, you say something like that, I'm going to be like, all right, well, in that case, I will come back the next time that you get the studio cleaned by professionals. Bro, that's legitimately biohazard shit in the workplace, bro. Okay? Like, think about it. This is what's so crazy about this. Bro, this is a job. Like, I know that we get entertainment, you know, all the fucking college kids with the different color hair that are all free Palestine and shit. They like it. I get it. You know what I mean? It's all for funsies. We know. It's a meme. It's basically a huge meme, right? But it doesn't matter. This is still a job. AB clocks in every day. This is how this motherfucker pays his bills, bro. Him and his wife. So imagine you go to your job at FedEx, bro. You're going in that bitch. You're getting ready to start punching letters and throwing them in the truck so that you could deliver people's packages and stuff. And you know it's going to be a hot 90-degree day. And those FedEx trucks, those doors are like wide open. So you can't really use AC. It's all going to escape out of the truck, right? So you know it's going to be hot. So you go to the fridge to get one of your big-ass gallon jugs of Gatorade or something like that, right? And instead of seeing your jug of Gatorade, instead you see a big old jug of piss, you know? And it ain't just anybody's. It's not just anybody's piss. It's your boss's piss. The one person's piss that should not. Dude, that was late, bro. So it's your boss's piss. The one person's piss who should be nowhere near you at any time in your life. Think about that. That's crazy to hear.
Money, you guys only got one fridge?
Wow,
Yeah.
but it's
It's
size
the
of
fridge.
They're hard though.
It
You know.
fits.
I have another question. You said it comes with you everywhere, and it has to be refrigerated.
No, I
Is
have
it in
no-
our kitchen?
Not right now.
Okay.
It was.
It was.
It was.
Well, yeah, of course it was. It had to be it has to be refrigerated.
Bro, Olivia's got the right mindset here, bro. Olivia has the right mindset to be freaked out like that. Broski, people are keeping like food in that fucking fridge, bro. I was like like I said earlier, this episode was boring as fuck up until I got to this moment. I was barely adding time codes to this shit. So naturally, I was trailing off to go do something else. And I always make these jokes. I say like, oh, I was eating cereal. I almost spit it out. I was drinking my coffee. You know what I mean? When I heard that, it's a joke. This time I'm serious. I was in the middle of severing a dead body in the garage while listening to this, right? And I'm like in the middle of hitting the shoulder blade joint. Right, that should be a clean, easy cut, you know? And right after that, I would have been done. Then I could have just emptied it into 5 different garbage bags and started sprinkling it around cities in North Carolina. Nobody would be none the wiser. I start hearing about this piss jug, right? And I'm like, whoa, what the fuck is going on? That's got to be the craziest thing I've ever heard, you know? So it threw me off. And to then hear that it was in the employee fridge in the break room is crazy to me. Right next to your grandma's cookies that you brought from visiting her to have as a light snack while you're on the job. You got the piss jug right there next to him. Yeah, it's nice. Ethan Klein.
Well, why are we jumping ahead?
Let's jump in. Let's start from the beginning.
So anyway, I have this bottle. I need to collect my pee for 24 hours, okay? And it has to be refrigerated. So I take it home. It's pretty weird because, like, in the middle of the night, I had to go downstairs, and I just stood right in the kitchen and peed in it.
Nah.
I mean, it has a huge hole.
Shut
you
your
did
It's
not.
3 a.m. Everybody's sleeping.
Listen to
It's a
these
giant
guys.
hole. What do you mean?
Bro.
Well, you
What's
just
the
put
difference
it
if
on
the bathroom.
You just put it on.
See what I'm talking about? You see what I'm talking about with how fucking gross of a person Ethan is? Like, anywhere that there's food, he has to have that piss jug all over the fucking place in that bitch. He brings it to work, puts it in the employee fridge. Before that, he's in the middle of the night getting up to take a piss, so he takes a piss in the middle of the kitchen where all the food's at. And here's the thing. You trying to tell me a guy like Ethan, this is how that happened. He went downstairs or whatever to the fridge. He opened that bitch up half asleep. He grabbed the piss jug out with the fridge door still open, probably resting on his side because it's trying to swing closed. You know what I mean? He's keeping it open with his body. He probably opens the piss jug to piss in it, and all the food is all in the fridge is open. You know, he's not going to move away from the fridge and let the door close to do this. The whole reason he's pissing in the kitchen is because he knows he has to put the jug right back into the fridge. So why would he bring it all the way to the bathroom? He's actually going to say this. Like, so if you're that lazy that you don't want to take it out of the kitchen to piss in it, you're not going to take it out of the doorway of the fridge. You're going to open that bitch up. He's pissing in it right there, fridge wide open. There's probably sprinkles coming out, you know, hitting blip, 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 as it's dribbling down into the fucking jug. There's little splashes coming out, hitting the fucking iceberg lettuce. You know, you got a couple hot dogs over there. It's slabbering up all over the hot dogs. You know what I mean? It's piss all over this fridge now. He puts that cap right back on. He puts it right back into the fridge. Now watch. They're going to show you a picture of it sitting in Ethan's fridge, right? And Ethan goes, oh, well, I separated. I moved it away from like all the other food. Bro, if I could show you a comparison, if this is the piss, right? Let's go to the wide. If this is the piss and this is another item of food in the fridge, they are this close to each other. That's this right here. That's how far that. So what? They were actually touching, and then you went, oh man, they're not supposed to be next to each other. Let me move them 1 inch away from each other. That'll do it. What are you, fucking high? This guy is legitimately crazy. He's got to be the grossest guy in the world. And I say this all the time. You give people like this money, bro. What do you think? His house is not gross because he's rich? That just multiplies the problem. When people have money, they get worse. So if people think that that's like not how it works, that's how it works. If you're a prick before you have money, you're going to be 10 times more of a prick when you have money. If you're frugal before you have money, you're probably going to squirrel some of that away a lot better than somebody who isn't. Okay? So like your traits just get multiplied when you get rich. More money, more problems, bitch.
On the floor?
No, I'm holding it. I'm holding it, and it's a giant hole. Your dick fits easily inside.
You didn't need any. You didn't like feel maybe there should be. I guess it's your. It's
the same way I would have peed in it in the bathroom.
I walked in on him doing it.
Oh my god! Then you can't even say no one was coming down.
Well, I knew Ela was around. I didn't care if she saw. Yeah. I kind of wanted her to see because it was funny.
Yeah, I see that. It is funny.
I mean, I don't care if the boys.
He wants to sexually assault his wife. He wants to force her to see that thing, to see that schmeckle, that fucking schmeckelberg. Yeah. What else is like a Jew? What's like a Jewish pastry? I don't know. I can't think of any. Think of a small nuggety type Jewish pastry, right? That's Ethan's dick.
Funny.
Yeah, I see that. It is funny.
I mean, I don't care if the boys saw either. There was someone at the house that I did not want to see it, and that was the one concern. But
think about that. Isn't that crazy? So not only is he doing all of this, which is wild as fuck in the beginning to just even think about, the fact that you're doing it is crazy, right? But he's also doing this with a guest in the house. Dude, if you're doing this with a guest in the house, imagine what you would do without a guest in the house. He'd probably have to fill that jug up like 5 times because he'd probably drink it all. He'd be, oh, I thought this was Gatorade. This isn't Gatorade. Yeah, he'd probably drink it. I don't know. This guy's crazy, bro.
That's a normal
Even more
thing for guys
reason to go
do,
to the bathroom.
right?
what? Yeah, it's Nate. What would you have done, Mister? Oh my God.
I would have just gone to the bathroom.
Go to the
Is that
bathroom, man.
And you would have done it differently?
No.
You would have held the bottle. You would have peed in it. But you're standing in your own fucking house that you bought with your own money.
Okay, what, you think that makes it better? You think because it's your house, it just makes it better, bro? This is crazy. Look at this. Now watch. Look, this is going to be the jug in the fridge. Look at this. This is insanity. They're so close to each other. It's actually insane. The food and the piss are so close to each other. This guy didn't even, like, wrap it up in a bag or anything like that. Like, if you're going to put it in your fridge with your uncooked food and shit, bro, at least try to, like, wrap it up or something. This guy leaves it raw. Raw in the fridge, dude.
Thank you. Anyway, obviously, I used some precaution.
Look at this, bro. I'm sorry. I'm pausing it, but look at this. Remember I told you how close it was to the rest of the food? And then you're going to hear him say, oh, well, I made sure it, like, wasn't touching any of the other food in the fridge. Bro, this right here, bro, this looks like 2 packages of, like, deli meat. So now Gila's going to go make her kids, like, a couple turkey sandwiches later. Turkey a la piss, you know, with her husband's urine. Like, that's crazy, bro. That's actually crazy to see that. That's how close that shit is to everything else in that fridge.
I want it to be careful that nobody mistook it for a jug of orange juice.
Right next to milk.
As a good link.
Do not drink, do not open. And then I said, well, just so you know, so you're not, don't get curious. You know, curiosity killed the cat. That's what they say. It's pee.
No, I think it's good you clarified.
What is the science behind refrigerating it?
I'm not a fucking doctor.
So they told you to put it in the fridge.
Yes, explicitly, it needs to be refrigerated.
Huh.
And this is
It's very weird. I've never heard
Why
of
are
this
you
before.
guys questioning
This is for
that?
what kind
That
of
seems
test?
normal.
What kind of?
I don't even know what they're gauging.
Gila, that seems normal. In Israel, we do this all the time. In Israel, this is number 2 drink in the country is piss. So everybody in Israel, they all have jug of piss. They have jug of, it's like, dude, that's what I don't know. Maybe I'm putting dots together that shouldn't even be put together. But I hear Gila talking this way about this jug of piss as if it's normal to put it in the fridge, bro. Like, did you grow up drinking that? Was that your drink of choice? You know how like some of us poor folk, we grew up with that like concentrated orange juice, right? It was like a brick of orange juice that you put in the freezer, and it was so concentrated that you just like rip a chunk out, put it in a jug of water, and then just break it up, and then now all of a sudden you got orange juice. So was that the drink that you had growing up? Concentrated blocks of piss you pulling out of the freezer, make a quick jug and put that in the fridge? That's normal to you?
Because I did a whole shitload of different tests for this and that.
Okay.
I don't even know what they're measuring. Any other questions, Dan? You want me to call the nurse practitioner?
I mean, it wouldn't.
You want me to call the nursery practitioner? You want me to call the nursery practitioner inertia? You know? And then listen, dude. Love starts making suggestions for this. Love starts talking about like hygiene and shit like that and makes himself sound like the biggest idiot you've ever fucking heard in your life. Listen to this.
Kind of help if we got it from an actual medical professional.
Also, I noticed you put it next to the creamer here too. Is
Yeah.
there like a science reason for that?
Well, no, that was the only place it fit because it's pretty tall. So I moved everything out of the way, make sure it wasn't touching. Now, when I brought it here, I put it in a bag to secure it further. But when it's in the fridge, there's no point putting it in the bag because I have to grab it so frequently to pee in it.
So when I saw this
There's a
yesterday,
point.
when I saw this on Instagram, I was like, that should be bagged up. Because
Now, listen, Love is about to come at you with the most crackhead fucking logic that you've ever heard in your life. First of all, Ethan claims that this isn't touching anything. I mean, you got it touching the kosher turkey deli meats right here. Okay, so myth busted right out the rip, right? And then he goes, oh, well, I didn't want to keep it in a bag because I have to pee in it. What do you pee in, like every 5 fucking minutes? If you had to piss every 2 hours, which is a lot, that's enough time to go by for you to wrap that thing in a bag. So anything upwards of a half an hour or longer, that thing should be in a bag. Unless you literally have prostate issues and you are peeing every 5 minutes, that thing should be in a goddamn bag. Now listen to Love. You heard him. He starts this little crackhead logic here. He goes, when I first saw that, I thought, oh, it should be in a bag. It should definitely be in a bag. But then I thought, maybe it shouldn't be in a bag. And the way he explains this is the most retarded thing I've ever heard in my life. And it really just makes me feel like I'm justified in my hatred for Love. It really does.
There's
a point.
When I saw this on Instagram, I was like, that should be bagged up. Because I thought you peed once.
No,
but the fact
it was
that
frequent.
You're peeing frequently, no bag is probably.
And it's my family, and nobody cares.
You know what they say about sometimes when you wear gloves, actually taking off the gloves and putting them on over and over is less hygienic.
Interesting.
So putting it in a plastic bag, moving it out, moving around too much.
Interesting.
Might actually be the opposite. Yeah.
Interesting.
Look, and he tried to do that little face that he does at the end. Look at this. My man's proud of that one. He's proud of that. Dude, don't get too proud, buddy. You just got done saying like some of the dumbest shit I've ever fucking heard in my life. So he is sitting there saying like, oh, well, sometimes when you wear like the gloves, right? And he's sitting there talking about like nitrile gloves, like rubber gloves that you wear when you're cooking food, doing surgery, latex gloves, right? He's like, oh, well, you know what they say. Sometimes when you're wearing gloves, you take them off and you change them all the time and you're putting them back on and you take them off and you put... It's less hygienic. It's less hygienic. Okay. So what would it be like less hygienic to like not wear a condom when you're fucking a prostitute, huh? Would that be less hygienic? Because, you know, if you got to every single time you have sex with a prostitute, if you have to change the condom every single time, it's like just take it off. You know what I mean? It's like don't even wear it. It's less hygienic if you have to constantly put on a new condom every time you go to have sex with a prostitute, right? If you it's less hygienic to constantly change your underwear. So instead, you should just raw dog it. Let your pants get shit streaks in them, all that shit. Have no barrier of defense between you and your pants. You know, it's less hygienic. This guy, this is the craziest shit. Imagine if a surgeon said that walking into a goddamn surgery room. They go, yo, dude, what are you doing? Like, you got to put the gloves on, man. Wash your hands. You go, well, no, it's actually less hygienic if I have to constantly change the gloves during the procedure. So, like, we just don't even wear them. It's like, well, I just don't even wear them. It's less hygienic that way. That's actually the dumbest shit that I've ever heard in my life. We have to listen to this one more time. This is crazy.
What they say about sometimes when you wear gloves, actually taking off the gloves and putting them on over and over is less hygienic.
Interesting.
So putting it in a plastic bag, moving it out, moving it around too much.
Interesting.
Might actually be the opposite. Yeah.
Interesting.
It didn't touch anything.
To see that face that he makes afterwards, it's like I really wish I could fucking punch him through the goddamn computer screen. You know, get an assault charge or two. Imagine watching Love with a bloody nose. You know, it's like, whoa, dude, that bloody nose. Listen to these guys talk about it being in the office, bro.
Plastic jug, it's sealed tight. You don't need a pee pad. And by the way, there's so much pee in there. If it starts leaking, your car is fucked.
That pad ain't doing it.
It's funny though.
The person that took this is an American hero. What a mensch. What a good guy.
Yep.
Listen, I brought it. I put it in the refrigerator. It was bagged up. I had to put it in the refrigerator. I have to keep it refrigerated.
Yeah.
If I didn't have to, I wouldn't have done it. Trust me.
But you have to. No, you don't. See, this is the thing. Why not leave the pee jug at home, bro? What? Like, you really think if you missed, like, let's say you're in the studio for like 6 or 8 hours, right? You might have to pee 2-3 times in that 6 or 8 hours. You think the doctor is gonna like throw out the whole test because you didn't pee in it 3 times? Tell him you lie to him. Everyone lies to doctors. I lie to a doctor every time I fucking go to a doctor. I'm the healthiest I've ever been in my life. Okay? You're not supposed to tell these guys the truth. So it's like when a fat person goes to a doctor and the doctor goes, how much do you eat in a week? They always go like, I don't eat that much. I don't even eat past 5 p.m. actually every day. I don't eat sugar. I don't eat none of that. Doctor asks, hey, how often do you smoke? The person smokes 2 packs a day. They go, I smoke. I'm a social smoker. You know, I only smoke when I'm out with my friends, actually. The guy reeks of cigarettes in the office. Everyone lies to the doctor. So, dude, if it's like that big of a deal, lie to the doctor. You don't have to bring it to your job. I mean, if any of you listening show up to work tomorrow with a piss jug, right? And you tell them at work, I have to bring it in. I have to have it with me because I have to. Dude, your job is going to tell you to stay home. They're going to be like, oh, well, if that's the case, then don't come in. You're literally bringing biohazardous material into the office. Like, if you took that jug and you gave it to a shipping company, right? They would slap that thing with so many biohazard stickers, it's not even funny. That's how that shit works. You cannot just be like hauling human waste around the office just because you think the shit is sweet.
So here at the office, it was bagged up.
Yeah, it was bagged up.
And I appreciate
grateful.
that.
Yeah.
Honestly, at home, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Because I'm careful. There's not pee
But
all
if
over
it
it.
is a clean person, I don't.
He has a clean dick.
I was sort of making a
Dude, wait. What? Did you guys just hear that? Good old late soundboard. Gotta love that. Dude, so Love, Hila goes, oh, yeah, I didn't even notice at home. Ethan is a very clean person. And Love's rebuttal to that in the background He goes, yeah, man, this guy's got a clean dick, bro. This guy's got the cleanest dick. What? What did you just say? You said this guy has a clean dick? What? Like, I almost forgot about this. I'm like almost hearing this. Like, I basically might as well be hearing that for the first time right now.
Yeah.
Honestly, at home, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. Because I'm careful. There's not pee
But
all
if
over
it
it.
is a clean person, I don't.
He has a clean dick.
I was sort of making a joke,
got
but
a
I
very
am
clean dick.
surprised.
Yeah.
He has a clean dick. Like, if that's not a soundbite from Zach, dude, I don't know what is, you know? So let's give it up for Ethan and his clean dick, you know? Gotta love Ethan and that good old clean dick, you know what I mean? So let's put on a little bit of tunes, right? And then we'll have ourselves a little bit of a smoke break before we go into the next segment. What do you guys say about that, right? I think that sounds like a swell idea. Let's see what we got on the tunes, eh? As always, I'd like to thank you for joining me on yet another wonderful episode of Lost Ox Media. Be sure to go to www.lostox.media to stay up to date with all things Lost Ox Media. And of course, you can buy some merch if you want to support the show. Let's have ourselves a couple hits, get into a couple tunes, and then we'll jump into the next segment here on Lost Ox Media. Uh-oh. We got a little breakdown coming up. I think we got a little bit of a breakdown coming up. So, we talked about good old Akash Singh very briefly in earlier episodes. And I'd mentioned during that, mentioning of him, I hate using this same word twice in a sentence. I brought up during that mentioning how we're going to end up talking about Flagrant on the show. And now is that time. Dude, wait until you guys see this fucking shirt that Akash decided to wear on recording day on Flagrant. And wait until you see the comments that this guy's audience is roasting the fuck out of him with. You're going to get a big kick out of this. So let's get a couple more hits before we get into that. Nah, a bad little instrumental beat. What do we got happening next here? Okay. Song kind of reminds me of like, you ever see one of those dudes that play the acoustic, but they're like really playing like 9 instruments because they're like slapping the guitar and doing all this crazy shit with the strings, so it sounds like it's like a band playing, but it's really just them. I think there was a guy, his name was like Andy McDonald or something like that. He was like the first guy that I remember seeing do that on YouTube and stuff. The guy got big real quick off of that. It's back when like viral videos actually went viral. Nowadays, you could get 36 million views. It don't mean jack shit for you. So, let's not hold you guys too much longer. Let's get into this Akash Singh business, right? So, I was watching this episode of Flagrant where they were talking about the LA wildfires that happened, right? You guys see those LA wildfires? Big old shout out to Magnus Galactus, That guy's dealing with the wildfires in a pretty serious way right now. So, Lost Ox Media is sending thoughts and prayers to you, my brother. But this episode of Flagrant, they're talking about the wildfires, right? And then all of a sudden, Andrew brings up Akash's shirt. He goes, man, it's nice to see that you're wearing a shirt where you're not going to get any, shoulder puffage like we saw in the last one, right? That got me a little curious. I was like, whoa, what's he talking about? So I go check out the episode that aired before that. Bro, Akash Singh has got like the biggest shoulder pads in the game. Like, this shit is actually crazy. When I saw this, I was like, actually shocked, bro, because I couldn't believe that this guy actually like left the house wearing this shit, and then to show up on recording day, you know what I mean, like this, you know, that shit is wild to me. So let's check this out, because right out the rip, you see this guy's fucking shirt, and it's actually insane. Watch this.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Flagrant. Happy 2025. Anything
Hey, yo, what are we doing?
uncomfortable happen on your guys'
Ain't no
vacation?
buffering.
I feel like more things happen on your.
Look at this asshole shirt. Look at the size of the shoulder pads on this motherfucker right here, boy. You can't, that explosion, there we go, finally. We might give up the soundboard altogether. We might just use it for applause, and then that's it. You know, the rest of the show just might have to be your boy. I might just have to carry this whole shit. So, look, these shoulder pads are the biggest shoulder pads you've ever seen. You know what I mean? Like, these things are wild. This is NFL grade shoulder pads this guy's wearing underneath this goddamn flannel. And the funniest part about this is, like, this is probably like some Burberry shit. You know what I mean? Like, this flannel probably cost a smooth $4,200. And of course, you could tell they threw extra starch into the mix. This guy ironed this thing 19 times before putting it on, and didn't think once to at least wear it out a little bit before showing up to recording. Like, this is what happens right here when you buy a brand new shirt, right? And you wear it the second you bought it. Like, I understand you shouldn't have to like wash every single piece of clothing that you buy brand new. But if the thing's got like creases in it and shit, you gotta give it a good wash before you wear that thing out, right? So this thing is still creased up from the hangers. You know what I mean? This thing is, it might as well still be on hangers in the rack. You know what I mean? And Akash has got this thing on like it's the sweetest goddamn Burberry flannel you've ever seen. And that ain't even like a good angle. You know, like, you could tell the shoulder pads are big, but that ain't even the best angle. Look at this.
Your vacation. I had an amazing vacation with my wife. Oh, beautiful. My baby.
Beautiful.
Day one, my wife was vomiting. Oh, nice. Yeah, violently. Day two, she got her period for the first time.
Look at those shoulder pads. Yo, it looks like he's like, you ever see one of those people that got no neck? You know, there's like this black dude that, I don't know the guy's name. But there's this black dude that's gone pretty viral. He's got a pretty good social media following. And the motherfucker's legitimately got no neck. To the point to where, like, his shoulders go, like, halfway up his head. You know, like, you shouldn't, you know, my shoulders, they're good, let's say, 4 inches below my ear. You know, below my earlobe. This guy's shoulders start, like, up here. Where, like, his eardrum is. That's where they start. You know, his head, like his face is practically in the middle of his chest. You ever see these like an action figurine? You ever see the old Power Rangers action figurines where you could take the helmet off and the helmet head goes into the chest, and then out of the chest comes the Power Rangers like regular face? It's like that, except his head is always in his chest. It's like, that's how bad this guy's got no neck. Akash kind of looking like this dude right now. Like, the neck on this is insane, bro.
In 2 years. Wow. So it started off amazing. It was absolutely incredible.
And then to be sitting like that. You know what I mean? Like, the shirt is bad enough, dude. So let's at least try to get out of that situation by spreading your legs a little bit, bro. Like, you sitting on the couch with nothing but, dude, you can man spread a little bit. No one should be bitching at you about that here. You know? It's a very, what do they call that? Matriarchy, right? No, patriarchy is men, and matriarchy is women. It's patriarchy all the way, bitch. Spread them legs. You know what I mean? So now, let's look at the comments, dude. The comments of that are just fucking priceless, dude. Watch this. The number one comment, Akash looking like he forgot to take the hanger out of the shirt when he got dressed. Dude, that, like, bro, I was reading these. Howling, bro. Howling. Listen, let's see. What's another one? Akash bringing back shoulder pads. Let's check out the replies, because you know if it's gotten 729 likes, somebody's in that bitch and they're roasting his ass up, dude. Look at this. He's never wearing that shirt again. bro said he looked like Brooke Shields, bro. Look at this. Let's check out another good one. Akash bunched up a shirt in the back is bugging the shit out of me, dude. Akash is looking like one of the shrunken head guys from Beetlejuice. Yo, that one is like, how that comment doesn't have like 80,000 likes. How many views does this episode have? 492,000 views. And that's how much people don't read the comments. That comment has less than 600 fucking likes on it. That shit should have 100,000 likes, 1 million goddamn likes. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna type that into Google just so we could get a comparison on this shit, dude. Because that comment is hilarious, dude. Shrunken head guy from Beetlejuice. What comes up here? Jesus fucking Christ. It's spot on, bro. It's spot on. Dude. Oh my God. Oh my God. Look at this. That's Akash Singh, bro. That's him. Holy shit, dude. That is actually insane, bro. Let's see. Can we? Oh my God. Look at that. No, dude, I got to learn how to work this computer better than this, bro. Because we got, like, you can't do this to me right now. Come off of it. Yeah, there we go. Let's see if we could get a side-by-side of this, man. Look at this guy, dude. He kind of looks like him. Look at the shrunken head guy sitting next to Akash with those shoulder pads on, bro. That shit is uncanny. Look at that. That's fucking Akash, dude. I cannot believe that comment will be living in my head rent-free, bro. Like, for the rest of my goddamn life. And that's, that's just us having a good old laugh at Akash, right? We got some other time codes of this Wildfire episode of Flagrant, bro. One of this guy's co-hosts, this guy, what's this dude's name? Is like Mark Gagnon or something like that. Gagnon Cock or some shit like that, this dude's name is, right? And they get like halfway through recording, right? And Akash, if you guys know anything about Flagrant, you know like these guys are meat riding the shit out of Andrew Schultz. Like Andrew says one thing that's even remotely funny. Akash opens his mouth up so wide like he's getting ready to accept so many goddamn wieners. And then they start grabbing each other. They start bumping into each other. They start making out with each other. They get so riled up. You see the black dude. He's laughing so hard. He starts leaning over onto the white dude. Starts kissing on his neck ever so lovingly. Like, that's how bad these guys are really riding each other's meat like this over some goddamn jokes. Like, if you say some shit like that's even close to funny to me, I'm going to spit in your face before I even give you a single laugh. I laugh at myself, and that's it. No one's ever said one thing to me that's ever made me laugh in my entire life, okay? So, to see these guys laugh so willy-nilly like this makes a dude like me sick, right?
Aaron is way better.
Now, you're about to see, Andrew's going to say like some one-liner bullshit, right? Something that, again, doesn't warrant the laugh that they give him. Akash is going to legitimately lose his mind. You remember we talked about the definition of hilarious last episode. This is going to be so hilarious to Akash. He nearly goes into convulsions. He needs the support of Mark Gagnon. That's Mark Gagnon right there. This little white dude with the ponytail. And Mark is going to be supporting Akash as he goes through this laughing fit. Because Akash starts leaning over and he's it's just so funny. When he leans onto Mark, he gets a good whiff of Mark, and Mark don't smell so good. Watch this.
This is
Can y'all explain to me this smelt thing, the fish?
No, oh yeah.
Oh, the jet fuel, it can't melt them. So people think it's a controlled demolition. Is that what you're talking about?
I just fucking hate them. Like apparently there's no water because they're trying to protect the smelt.
Damn, dude.
What?
Look, right here. You see Akash? This is the moment of truth, bro. Akash realizes, he goes, yo, bro, you ever see someone do that? Like you see someone, they go to like give a girl a hug. You don't see it happen with girls that often, but it happens. Trust me. You go to see a guy give a girl a hug, and she goes to wrap her arms, right? The dude gets a whiff. Whoa, backs it up like that. You never seen those videos online? I see them on TikTok all the time. I spend so much time scrolling on TikTok, it's not even funny. So, Akash, they start laughing because this Mark guy, he doesn't understand what Andrew's talking about. Andrew's like, yo, what's happening with this smelt fish, and why is it such like an endangered species right now with all the wildfires going on in California? You know what I mean? Like, this shit crazy, dog, because you know Andrew thinks he's black. So Akash starts laughing because Mark's like, what do you mean to smelt? It doesn't melt steel beams. And he thinks he's talking about like 9/11 and shit, bro. That's how stupid this guy is. So Akash starts laughing, and watch close. Akash laughs, right? We're going to back up a little bit. Akash laughs, and he leans over and leans into Mark while he's laughing. And that's where he catches a big old whiff.
This is controlled demolition.
Watch him.
Is that what do you? Is that what
Watch him lean into Mark. Watch right
Like,
here.
apparently there's no.
Leans into him, right? They cut the camera. They cut the camera right as he was leaning. So look, Akash is about to make impact. Right here, Akash is about to make some impact, and it's about to get ugly. This is where the smell is about to take over Akash. Watch
There's
this.
no water because they're trying to protect the smell.
Goddamn, dude.
What?
Shower.
I put on deodorant. No, smell me. Smell me. Smell me. Smell me.
I'm sick. I
can't
can't even laugh on you the way I want to laugh on you because you smell so horrible.
No.
Dude, how bad?
Look, this, and he's hippied out. Like, if you look at him, you could peg a dude like this from a mile away. When you see dudes like this wearing like ill-fitting button-ups and stuff like that, open-toe sandals, the bottom of their jeans don't quite hug their ankles. Like, you shouldn't be wearing skin-tight jeans. Yeah, I get it. But like, the bottom of your jeans should not go straight down like a pipe. You know, you shouldn't be wearing Jankos. You guys remember Jankos? Those are like pipe jeans, bro. They go straight down. There's no like contour to them or nothing like that. Nothing to like fit your leg a certain way. You see a guy wearing some real wide ass fucking jeans like this. You see how wide those things are at the bottom? He's got some Birkenstocks on, and you know he ain't wearing socks. You see a guy like this, ponytail all hanging out the back. I mean, you know a dude like this smells like shit before you even walk up on him.
You the way I want to laugh on you because you smell so horrible.
No.
And how bad did he smell?
You're sick, bro. Don't even touch me.
Yeah, no,
the fact that it goes through that.
crazy.
No, smell.
I can't smell.
Nah.
I put on deodorant before this specifically, bro. Come on.
Nah, you've been wearing that color palette for a month.
Now, this black dude right here, well, this is Al Magical, they call him. Ain't nothing magical about this. This is the whitest black dude you've ever seen. He used to be a cop too, bro. Like, he was playing on the opposite side. Man, you can't do that shit. So now watch. This dude's actually going to get a whiff of him. This dude's sinuses are clogged to all hell.
But it goes through that.
Crazy.
Smell.
I can't smell.
Nah.
I put on deodorant before this specifically, bro. Come on.
Nah, you've been wearing that color palette for a month. I just thought it was similar.
Now, the reason why I say this is the whitest black dude you've ever seen is because any other regular brother would not have sniffed that dude's armpit like that. You ask a real motherfucker to sniff your goddamn armpit like that, you getting backhanded, son. They ain't gonna put up with that shit. So this guy, he gets a whiff of this white dude. I mean, as a black man, that's the whitest thing you could possibly do is to smell another white man's armpit. You know? You might as well be white.
Types of clothing, but it's the same thing from yesterday.
It was white when I bought it. I'll be
honest. God. All right. So, wait, what were we just saying?
So now watch. This shit's going to continue. Like, they're going to keep, dude. They're going to go on. This is like, okay, a couple minutes pass by, right? They're still talking about his smell. Then a couple more minutes pass. They still talk. All throughout the episode, they're talking about this guy's smell. Listen to this.
Dem's about to be popping. No, I think the Dems are going to come back strong.
Yeah.
They just need somebody that's engaging. And the problem is all these people that exist within the system right now are kind of indoctrinated by the Dem policy and the Dem rhetoric. So I don't think it's going to be one of these people that we're seeing or that we've seen for the last like 8 years at least.
Yeah.
I think it's got to be a new voice that pops up that's a rejection of that, but isn't all the way right.
Yo, what's crazy? I took a sniff of him and he just cleared my fucking sinuses.
Hey,
Got
smell
you.
like shit.
Got you, bro. Mark's vapor rub, bro. That's what I do. Are you good? You back?
Hey, yo, what? Bro, this guy. So, remember I told you this dude's sinuses are clogged, bro. He's not supposed to be able to smell nothing. He took a whiff of Mark. That pungent odor. It fucking knocked it all out of him. It gave him that Mucinex effect. You know what I mean? This guy can now breathe better than anyone. He can smell what people downstairs on the street are eating. He could smell the ketchup on the street hot dogs of New York City right now. He smells what Mark ate for breakfast yesterday. All because of the way Mark smells. Mark cleared him up that much. It's that strong.
I think it's got to be a new voice that pops up that's a rejection of that, but isn't all the way right.
Yo, what's crazy? I took a sniff of him and he just cleared my fucking sinuses.
Hey,
Got
smell
you.
like shit.
Got you, bro. Mark's vapor rub, bro. That's what I do. I got you.
You
good? You
back?
back?
That's crazy. Yo, you need to bottle that up.
We're gonna sell that.
Sell that shit at CVS, bro.
Bro, you saw
fire.
Trump released the official.
You need to bottle that up. That's crazy. Thinking, and I don't understand why people think like when you talk about like the grossest shit, it's funny. Like just me imagining bottling up someone's body odor is like such a disturbing thought to me. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy. So to hear you need to bottle that up, bro. Like I get you're trying to joke around, but it's like, what? Like, come on, bro. Just to have that image, it's like, come on, no way, dude. No fucking way. Now watch. They remind Mark again, dude, that he smells like shit. And watch this. No, before we even let's break it up a little bit. We just got done talking about how Mark smells bad twice. I want you guys to watch this. Look, Andrew, he wants to be black so goddamn bad. Like watch this. If you're not familiar with Andrew Schultz, this guy wishes he was black so much. And he, like I said, he has the whitest black dude on earth on his show right now. This guy might as well be Steve Urkel. Okay? And then the thing that really fucks Andrew's head up is he has a podcast with Charlemagne the God, right? It's called like Brilliant Idiots. I've been checking that one out too. We might be covering that one on the show sometime in the near future. So the fact that he's been doing that podcast with Charlemagne for so many years, and then Charlemagne, he starts picking up on Charlemagne's lingo. He starts hanging out with rappers because of Charlemagne. You know what I mean? Now, it's like, this guy thinks he could just get away with talking however the fuck he wants, bro. You cannot just be code switching like that and thinking the shit is cool, bro. It ain't.
This thing.
What do you mean?
Just frat star, like W, just walking in, seeing his homie.
Who,
And-
Barack?
Yeah, right here.
Yes.
Yo, what's up, player?
Hey!
Like, that's how he greets the other president.
That's fire. I didn't see that one.
Guys
Oh,
that
hop off his dick. That's fire. A little tap to the tummy. The Diddy on Justin Bieber check.
Oh, hop off his dick, bro. Hop off his goddamn dick, motherfucker. I'm telling you, if a black dude came to Andrew today and said, no, you can't actually say the N-word, this guy would be saying it all over the goddamn place. He wishes he could say it so bad, bro. So listen to that. You say that to the whitest black dude in the world, you get away with it. You say that to an average brother, yo, hop off his fucking dick like that, you bitch. You're gonna get punched in the mouth. That's some wild shit. You can't be just saying that, bro. You cannot just be saying that.
homie.
Who,
And-
Barack?
Yeah, right here.
yes.
Yo, what's up, player?
Hey!
Like, that's how he greets the other president.
That's fire. I didn't see that one.
Guys
Oh,
that
hop off his dick. That's fire. A little tap to the tummy. The Diddy on Justin Bieber check. That's fire. Yo, hop off his dick.
Son,
yo.
that's
You're gonna be
fire.
saying the same shit about Trump 10 years from now.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
he
yeah.
was actually
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
cool.
I mean, if he did it with some sweat.
So now look, I paused it right in the middle. Andrew just gets done pulling out a Zyn, right? Out of one of Mark's packets of Zyn, bro. and he's tossing it back to Mark. All these guys are obsessed with Zin. If you were paying attention in the last episode when we talked about Protect Our Parks, opening shot of the episode, you see it's all four of them, just Jamie's wide shot, right? You see Joe and Mark on the left. You see Shane and Ari on the right. If you look at Joe's portion of the table, bro, there's like, I'm not even kidding. There might be like 17 different fucking Zin packages on his table. Right in the opening shot of the episode. So many Zins. These guys are obsessed with them. Brendan Schwabe, dude, Brendan Schwabe will pack like eight Zins in his mouth at one time. Things are like 6 milligrams a piece, bro. This guy's practically rolling around with like a pack of cigarettes in his mouth. You know what I mean? These guys are crazy. And you think about it, to put that many in your mouth, you're like squirreling them away in your cheeks and shit. At what point does that become ridiculous? You know? At what point is it too much? You start doing childish shit. Like, I used to try to like chew as much gum as I possibly could when I was a kid. You know? You throw in 9 Zins in your mouth like this, you're losing touch. Now watch, Andrew, he's going to throw this pack of Zin back. Wait until you see how Andrew packs the Zin in his mouth. You would think, you get a Zin, right? You think like somebody's just like, okay, they put it in their lip, that's it. End of story, it's done. It's in there. Okay, your lips protruding out a little bit. Who gives a fuck? You got the Zin in there, you looked cool when you were doing it, and life moves on. Wait until you see Andrew shove his fist all the way down the back of his throat to put this Zin in his mouth. Watch this.
Swag, that was a little swag with him. He was like, yo, what's up, my nigga? Like, yeah, he kept it
Watch.
moving.
Exactly what it was.
He said it
like
in his
they've
head.
just been hanging out.
Don't pay attention to that.
Because like him and fucking with the wife, they hang out all the time.
Watch
That would be the best part about being
Michelle.
president.
What? Find TikTok?
Nope. After being
Jesus fucking Christ, my dude. What are you doing? Bro, this guy's gonna need surgery to get that Zin out of his goddamn gum line. Like, you packing that shit so far, it almost looks like he's shoving it up his goddamn nose. That's how much. And look at the mustache. His mustache is bent the fuck up. Look at my mustache. Straight line. You know, it might be a little slanted. You know, that's because that's the shape of my goddamn mouth. Right? Let me fix this thing. There we go. Looking cute. So, you look at my mustache, this thing is looking right. If I push it up like this, see how bent that is? And I'm over here looking like fucking Two-Face when I do this, right? Andrew's fucking, what are you doing? You shoving your whole fist all the way. Andrew's deep throating his fist right now just to get his in the back of his throat. All that for 6 milligrams, bro. Kind of nuts if you ask me, bro. That's like actually crazy. Watch this again in real time.
yapping up.
Because like him and fucking with the wife, they hang out all the time.
That would be the best part about being president.
What? Find TikTok?
Nope. After
Look at that.
being president and just hanging with the other presidents. Being like,
You know he just made that noise when you saw George Bush tap Barack on the stomach. Andrew was like, "Aye." He made that stupid ass noise. Watch him. That's the same noise I'm making in celebration of him putting that Zin in his mouth. I'm happy you got your fist out of there without losing any digits.
What? Find TikTok?
Nope. After being president and just hanging with the other presidents, being like, that shit was fucking
Wasn't it wild?
Like, that would be the most fun.
Good old Andrew. Let's give it up for Andrew. Ain't nobody put a Zin in like my baby put a Zin in, bro. My baby put a Zin in so goddamn good, bro. So goddamn good. I love it. So let's actually close this one out. Move on to the next segment. This next segment going to be a little less visually appealing. So to make that a little better for us, we're going to hop back into some smoking. And then we're going to enjoy Big J Okerson talking some behind the scenes inside baseball with this Jelly Roll roast that still hasn't come out yet. Trust me. I've been waiting for it. So let's have a couple puffs, let's do a couple tunes, and then get right into the segments.
I'm playing the idiot like I don't see the things you did. I'd rather kiss your lips instead of crying. I'm lying to a car full of stuck myself in my bed. Instead, I took a detour into yours. Oh, what a big mess. Guess I was just bored of common sense. I can't find it anymore. I took a detour into yours. Swear I couldn't be more over you, but it's a lie. It's just a detour into yours. Swear I'm gonna be more over you in my next life. Don't know what happened, 'cause 1 second I was at the club, the next I was the picture of a fool. But you're so cool.
I don't know what it is, but call me gay. Lately, I've been really into like bands with girl singers. You know what I mean? I'm all about it. Churches, Charlie XCX, you know, Paramore, the whole nine. Really into girl bands lately. And this Jane and the Boy is no exception. They're another one that's on that list, I'm telling you. So let's listen to a little bit more of Jane and the Boy, enjoy a couple more puffs, and then we're going to be jumping into Big J and Robert Kelly talking some shit on the Jelly Roll Roast. Not bad at all, if you ask me. So we got this Robert Kelly, right? Big J Okerson, talking about Big J's wonderful time that he had at the roast of Jelly Roll. Now, this is all coming from The Bonfire. It's a podcast hosted by Big J and Robert. And it's like a Sirius XM podcast. So you can't watch like the video. I don't even know if there is video of it. This honest to God, listening to this was the first time I ever even listened to this show, right? Turned out, like I was listening to like a podcast on Spotify while I was doing some work. And I don't know if it's a setting that I hadn't changed in a while or what, but when I finished the show I was listening to, it auto-played this episode of The Bonfire. And because I was caught up in what I was doing, I just listened to it. Like, I didn't bother to change it. You know what I mean? It wasn't that big of a deal. So, listening to this, I got caught so off guard because Big J talks about when he got invited to the roast of Jelly Roll, right? And he talks about how the whole time they told him that it wasn't a roast and how he went there completely unprepared. So I thought, okay, this is going to be a good little story of him bombing. So it'll be interesting to listen to. Turns out this guy is like giving it how it is. He's like, everybody, these big Hollywood comedians now, they're all acting fake to each other. This one's being an asshole to that one. They're all acting cool with him in the green room, even though they're talking shit about him on stage. They didn't tell me it was a roast. Netflix isn't paying any of us for being on the roast. Like, bro, all this different stuff this guy's talking about had me very, very intrigued. So I'm not going to hold you too much longer. The first time code is like 14 minutes or so in, right? So let's skip ahead to that. Jay gets mistaken for Jelly Roll. This is actually fucking gold. So Jay's about to talk about how he got invited to this Jelly Roll roast, right? And he's like, yeah, they didn't tell me it was going to be a roast, or else I told him I wouldn't have done it, right? Because he didn't have time to write jokes. He had other stuff going on. So he goes, I could go there if it, and they say, oh, it's not a roast, right? So he goes, oh, okay, well, if it's not a roast and we're just like saying a couple nice things about him. I got this one story where I was mistaken for Jelly Roll outside of a concert venue once. I'll tell that. So then this is what we end up getting. He tells this story, right? And, yeah, let's listen to it.
What? Can you slow my rate down to a screeching halt? I was invited to Nashville Check, check, check,
Check.
check,
Check.
check. Too
We're
much
echoing.
echo.
Echoing.
Check, 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 check.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah.
That was fun. I was gonna start singing Def Leppard songs.
Broski. I don't know how this always ends up happening with with Spotify. Every time with Spotify, I do the time codes, they get shifted.
At least a month ago.
It was impending.
I'd say yes. That they called me up and said, well, my team, who I don't know if they're behind the problem of this or just bad communication, but it's too late now. Because what they asked me was, they go, do you want to do this thing for Jelly Roll's birthday? Jelly Roll's having his 40th birthday. They're going to do it at Nashville Zanies. Do you want to, we'll fly you down, put you up, and, doing like a roast of Jelly Roll. So I said, I was like, oh, man, I'd love to be there. I go, it's just, I'm stretched so thin that I just don't have the time in that short of time to write roast jokes or a roast. I was like, so I go, I mean, I'd love to go, I guess, but I was like, if it's a roasting thing, I can't do that. I go, is anybody going who's not roasting? And they go, well, it's not really a roast. They came back. I could read these texts to you. It's not really a roast. It's like they're just saying, like, if you just go up there and just say some nice things about Jelly Roll, just, maybe some fun memories you have about him and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, I always had this kind of story. Once the lady wouldn't accept in Fremont Street, like years ago when he was there, doing the free show on Fremont Street. When I was walking back, there was a lady who thought I was Jelly Roll, just walking through the crowd, by the way.
So now imagine that. Imagine you're that big of a fat fuck, right? That, like, just because of how fat you are, somebody goes, hey, aren't you like the fattest fucking country star who's ever lived? Like, ain't that you? You're that Jelly Roll guy, right? Like, I'd be fucked up. Like, if I even close to resembled Jelly Roll, that would have me so fucked up, dude. If somebody legitimately asked me that. Dude, I used to have long hair. Like, my hair's curly. People don't realize that. I'm Puerto Rican, bro. My hair's curly as fuck. I do my hair for the show. It's easier to manage for recording. That being said, I used to have long locks all the way past my chest, baby. And they were curly-ass hair, bro. And when I did, a bunch of people used to always say I looked like Post Malone. Like, some people might take that as a compliment because Post Malone's famous. Post Malone is the ugliest son of a bitch I've ever seen in my entire life. Okay? So for anybody to say that you look like Post Malone, trust me, it's not a compliment. No matter how much that person telling you even thinks they mean it as a compliment, it ain't a compliment. You should never take it as a compliment. So for Big J to sit here and go, yeah, man, I was going to tell this story at this Jelly Roll thing because it's not a roast. And it was about how I was walking out this venue, bro, and, like, this girl thought I was Jelly Roll just because I was a fat fuck. Like, that's fucking heartbreaking. Like, if somebody mistaken me for Jelly Roll, if somebody mistaken me for Big J, I'd be upset. I'd be like, yo, bro, chill. I'm not that fucking big.
And I was like, oh, I always had this kind of story. Once the lady wouldn't accept in Fremont Street, like years ago when he was there, doing the free show on Fremont Street. When I was walking back, there was a lady who thought I was Jelly Roll, just walking through the crowd, by the way. And I explained to her several times that I'm not, and I don't have any face tattoos, but she wouldn't accept it. So eventually I had to just acknowledge remembering her and her sister from that show in Alabama that one
I
time.
bet you had to just sing a song for her.
I didn't have to sing, but I had to take pictures with her, and she's going to show a lot of people, and they're going to be like, that's not Jelly Roll. And it's like, you know what? He did tell me that 17 times before I would. She started doing like it's fine, I'm not going to blow up your spot. I'm like, my spot would be blown up. I'm on Fremont Street, and I'd be performing on that stage in 5 minutes.
She's like Jelly Rose.
Dude, these guys always use the oldest pictures of themselves for this type of shit.
Just walking
I'll tell you
around.
right now, Big J and Robert Kelly, they don't look anything like that anymore. I'll tell you that. Robert Kelly he looks like you almost can't age if you look like that. Like, you're going to always look like a thumb. You're just going to look like a more wrinkled thumb. You know what I mean? So you ain't going to look a whole lot different. You're just going to get older. You know, that's pretty much all that's going to happen. So now, listen, Jay finally gets told that this is a roast, bro. Like, after days of people being like, no, it's not a roast. You could just come up there. We're just going to tell a couple stories. You know what I mean? It's going to be like a little fun thing, like a dinner party, you know? He meets the comedians the day before it happens. He flies into there. They all go, "What are you talking?" We all got lists of like people to write jokes about because it's a roast. What are you saying? You don't. That's how fucked up they. Either Netflix don't respect this guy, or he has the shittiest team in comedy. Like, you got to get this shit together, dude.
I mean, if Jelly Roll
Minus
committed
face
a crime,
tattoos.
you would get stopped by the police at some point.
Jelly Roll called me his goal weight though, which felt nice.
Nice.
Nice. He looks good, but he's lost weight. He's lost like 100 pounds. Pretty wild.
Yeah.
No surgery, I don't think. Maybe Ozempic and stuff.
Ozempic.
But no.
100% Ozempic.
He should. If he's not, why not?
All right, bro. These time codes getting shifted. It's fucking this segment up.
I could probably just go off the cuff, like fucking around with Kid Rock or something. You know, whatever it is.
Sure.
I go, yeah, if it's just going up there and talking, everyone's going to go up there and just give like fucking little, like, you know, grab the microphone in a wedding things. Like, these guys are so cool and they've been so good to me and Jelly Rolls. I thought we were going to do that. The day before I fly out there, they go, are you ready for the roast? And I go, I heard it's not really a roast. And they go, no, it's definitely 100% a roast. Like, the comics are telling me this now. I go, no, I know. I mean, I think some people are going to roast, but I didn't even get, like, there's not a list of people that there is, like, so it's not a roast. There's been nothing to write for a roast other than Jelly Roll. And they go, no, man, there's like a whole list that was. So the day before, they sent me a list of comics. Thank God I didn't just start writing.
Now, see, here's the thing. If that happens, right? Like, how do you not just call someone from Netflix or like your agent to get somebody's number? Like, you got to understand, these agents, bro, they work for you. You don't work for them, bro. So, like, if they have Netflix's number, I'm calling the agent. I'm going to go, hey, the guy that you got at Netflix, give me the number. If you don't, you're fired, okay? Because I want to talk to him. Because obviously, somebody's mixing up some information here. I'm getting comedians telling me that it's a roast. I'm getting you telling me it's not a roast. I have no jokes written. I'm going to go up there and eat shit, bro. Like, you can't do this to me. And Netflix is filming it? What are you, nuts? Now, listen to this. I thought this was kind of crazy. The last time there was a big Netflix roast, it was a roast of Tom Brady, right? They don't put Jay anywhere near that shit. They bring in, like, Bert Kreischer, Tom Segura, you know, all the big names. Tony Hinchcliffe snuck a little set in there. Meh, you know? Got a lot of big wigs up in that bitch, right? Now, Bert got a lot of flack online, and Tom Segura, actually, both of them together, got a lot of shit because both of their sets were, like, phoned in. They both, like, they got, like, a little bit of laughs, but it was, like, kind of a bomb of a set, comparatively speaking, with those two guys, because those two are supposed to be, like, arena-selling juggernauts in comedy, right? I use that phrase a lot, juggernauts, because that's how these guys see themselves. So now, Jay's about to start talking about how he had no jokes written, and he didn't know what to do. Bert Kreischer had a whole fucking team of writers to write his jokes for him. So Bert's getting up on stage. The only job he has at that point is to just perform. You're not writing the jokes, nothing. All you got to do is get up there and sell it. You know what I mean? And he can't. How the fuck you have people online tearing your sets apart about how they're phoned the fuck in, and you have a team of writers, bro, to write these jokes for you? That's crazy to me.
Like a roast.
Even
like
though they told you it was a roast? Even though the roast king, what's it? The roasting guy, Tony Hinchcliffe, is going?
Just found out he was there the day before.
Oh, you didn't know he was going until the day before?
I didn't know anybody else who was there, with the exception of Josh. Josh also knew it was a roast. I didn't talk to Josh about it. Josh had 85 pages in front of him. And that's the other thing when I get there. So when I get to this thing.
Well, song roasts are longer.
Well, he wrote a song, and then no, he did a song first. In the first
I
part
heard
of the
you
show.
used to be fat. Now you ain't.
He opened the show. He opened the show with a song, with a parody song he did, and then no, he did good. He did very good. And then he roasted in the in the actual roast. But here's the thing. My point is, it still sounds like it's very casual. But then when I get there, and that afternoon I did Something's Burning with Bert.
Ooh.
And he goes, are you memorizing your roast jokes? Did you have?
Remember we talked about that episode. We just covered that episode last episode, right? Of Something's Burning. where Bert is burping in his hand. He's dipping into the he's farting in his wife's face. Mark Norman's snorting coke on the fucking countertop. Big J's the only one who's in there like, yo, is Bert gonna wash his hands before we eat that hot chicken, bro? So Jay got in, flew into where the roast was happening, had to do Something's Burning, then right from Something's Burning had to go to the roast, and everyone's asking him if he's writing yet for the roast. Like, how, if you heard it once, if I would have just heard a whiff of people being like, no, I think it's still a roast, I would not assume that I had the pertinent information, especially if I was Big J. Like, you have to have some sort of self-awareness. You know that you're not like Netflix Golden Boy or nothing like that. You're not Joe Rogan, so they don't give a fuck. You get a little bit of misinformation and make an ass out of yourself. They just go, oh, well, we just won't hire him again. He flunked the test. Sorry, you failed. So you got to like put that shit together. You still haven't wrote anything. I would have been writing on the plane, bro, on the way to Something's Burning.
I have like papers you're going to bring up, and I go, no, it's not that involved, I don't think, is it? And he's like, oh, everyone's been writing. He employed people to write for him. Like, he had a writer. There was a staff of writers who wrote for certain people.
Shocker.
Ooh.
I am shocked.
Bananas.
Wait a minute. Bert hired people to write for him?
What the fuck?
Oh. I imagine.
Well, yeah.
I imagine Bobby Kelly. You know what, dude? You know what, dude? You got Bert Kreischer. He's writing jokes for you. You know what, dude? This guy, dude. He's writing jokes. He can't even write his own jokes, dude. What a shocker. What a shocker. Bert Kreischer had jokes written for him. I thought that was great.
And he's like, oh, everyone's been writing. He employed people to write for him. Like, he had a writer. There was a staff of writers who wrote for certain people.
Shocker.
I
am shocked.
Bananas.
Wait a minute. Bert hired people to write for him?
Well, yeah. Almost everybody does.
Listen to Big J trying to suck a dick, dude. Almost everybody does. Almost everybody does. Okay, almost everybody does. You literally told your agent, I can't do the roast because I won't do anybody else's jokes and I don't have time to write my own. So what, are you like the only real comedian in the game? If Dave Attell was to do the roast, you think Dave Attell would hire comedians? Or hire these joke writers, huh? Huh? Think Dave Chappelle would hire whatever awesome comedian named Dave? You think they would all hire fucking writers, huh? Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura hiring writers? Charging fucking $250 for arena tickets? Fuck these guys, dude. Listening to that is so funny, dude. Listening to Robert go, shocker. Shocker, Bert Kreischer hired guys. You know what, dude?
He had a writer. There was a staff of writers who wrote for certain people.
Shocker.
I
am shocked.
Bananas.
Wait a minute. Bert hired people to write for him?
Well, yeah.
I love it. Bobby deserves a round of applause for that one. So let's hope that the next couple time codes didn't get shifted, because I'm having such a great time, and I'd hate for shifted time codes to fuck it all up right now. So we're going to go to 2737. Hopefully that's the right one. Now, this is great right here, because Bobby, he's you heard him. He's ready to start like tearing into this story, start poking holes in it, and be like, you know what, dude? They couldn't have all done good, dude. They couldn't have all done good. Somebody had to have bombed. So that's what's going to happen next. Then you saw Big J. He's like, no, everybody hires writers. He's like trying to suck dick here, right? So Bobby's going to ask Big J. He goes, who bombed? Who bombed? I want to know who bombed. You know what, dude? I want to know who bombed, dude. And Big J, of course, is going to keep trying to glob cock and go, oh, no, everybody did great. It was all great. Everybody did great. It was a roasted jelly roll.
And basically,
photos of Robbie Prague taking it in the butt.
Well, I'll tell you what's great about it.
Yo, we got fucked up photos of Robbie.
Of
when
course.
He told, and then we didn't want to tell you for a week because we begged.
Skip
we did everything
time
possible, and they still just were not interested whatsoever.
We used Pretty Please, and that didn't work.
Pretty Please. We tried to bribe them. They said, we don't like it.
Look, I'll give you some context. The shifted time code, it's fucking this up, but that's actually kind of funny what they just talked about. Big J tried to sell 2 comedy specials to Netflix. At first, Netflix wouldn't even fucking have meetings with them to watch it, right? His agent convinces Netflix to have a meeting. Netflix goes, okay, we'll watch it, right? They leave him hanging for a couple weeks. Big J's like calling his agent like, yo, what's going on, bro? So his agent goes, hey, man, don't even worry, bro. Because if Netflix doesn't like it, they owe us some favors. So they're going to have to put it up no matter what. Dude, they're still like, and that's what they're making the jokes. Oh, they got naked pictures of the executive at Netflix. Is that what they owe them at Netflix, right? Now, here's the kicker. His agent said, hey, man, don't worry about it, because even if they don't like it, we're still going to get it up because they owe us one. Netflix still said no. Netflix still said no to both of them. So that's why Jay's making that joke. He goes, we watched it. We don't like it. So he's like sitting there talking shit about this, right? Now they're going to start talking about the performances, and this is where Robert's going to be like, who bombed?
They had IOUs like Bobby gave out Pivens, and it didn't do any good.
It did nothing.
You shoulda get- you
They were
shoulda
like,
used the
look,
Piven.
they almost assured, they were like, look, if you don't get this,
Oh,
all right.
Truth. Who took off?
Told her the truth before I got home. She had to ask.
Who took a hot? Oh, good job. I want to know.
Christine's giving me, shaking her head no
Exactly.
to me. She's going,
Because you came home and told her the truth. I want to know.
I came home.
The truth. Who took off?
Told her the truth before I got home. She had to ask.
See? So now Big J's going, Robert's like, who bombed? I want to know who bombed, because you told your wife when you got home. And Big J's like, but when I got home, he's like, I called her as soon as I could to tell her who did shitty, right? So now Big J's telling the truth. And then he's going to start S-ing some D. What the fuck is this?
Who took a hot one? I'm a stand-up too. I've been in these situations.
You want to put your friend in this position? Or not?
I would put yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
What does it rhyme with?
Dude, it was yonder bags.
What does it rhyme with?
Huh?
So no, this wasn't filmed at all.
It was extremely filmed.
So this will be out.
I don't know. We weren't given any money, and I didn't know it was a roast.
I can't wait for this to be on Netflix. This is the favor you fucking.
This is it.
Now, that's insane, right? To think Netflix puts you through all this bullshit, right? And they didn't give any of them money. Here's the thing. They didn't give Jay money. They gave these guys money. You think Bert Kreischer is going to do some just random bullshit Netflix event and not get any money from Netflix? That's not happening. A lot of these other comedians, they had this dude, they're going to talk about him a little later. They had this dude, Cole Hauser. Apparently, he's like one of the actors from like Yellowstone or some shit. Super popular show right now. That guy was there. You think he went and didn't get paid from Netflix? You think that guy gives a fuck about Jelly Roll that much? Right? That was crazy to me when I heard that. So Robert is sitting there trying to extract this information out of him. He's like, I don't know, man. Netflix didn't even fucking pay us to do it.
So no, this wasn't filmed at all.
It was extremely filmed.
So this will be out.
I don't know. We weren't given any money, and I didn't know it was a roast.
I can't wait for this to be on Netflix. This is the favor you fucking.
This is it. This is the favor.
This is the favor. All right. What about the roast? We'll take the roast of Jelly Roll. So everybody did great.
Yep.
Look at me. Look at me. Look in my eyes. Everybody did great.
Everybody.
Look at me. Stay with me. Everybody did great.
Yes. Well, varying degrees of great.
Why don't you just say it, bro? Why don't you just name names? That's what I don't get about these guys. Like, they're all about comedy first, right? What would be funnier than fucking trashing another comic on there? Whether you're friends with the guy or not. That would be the funniest shit. To just roast whoever fucking bombed this goddamn thing. Like, that's the one thing I don't get. These comedians, they're so fucking fake about this shit. Like, I'm trying to be a podcaster. I am an aspiring podcaster, right? This whole podcast is talking shit about other podcasts. Well, I'm not gonna like talk shit because I'm like scared to go to like some podcaster Comic-Con type event and run into one of these. Who cares? Who cares? Name names, dude. Like when I hear this shit, I'm like, it makes me want to choke Big J and be like, dude, you're not that big of, you cannot be that big of a pussy coming from New York. That you don't want to just say, name the names. What, you scared you're not going to get an opportunity? Netflix ain't picking it up, bro. Like, so, obviously, nobody's here to scratch your back. Live in your gas digital world with Louis J. Gomez, Legion of Skanks, so fucking Bonfire, you know what, dude? And you do all that, and everyone else can go fuck themselves. Start naming names, dude. What are you scared that they're not going to want to come on Legion of Skanks, dude? If the show is that good, they'll come anyway. I promise you. If the show is that good, they'll come anyway. All right? Even Ethan Klein's haters still watch his show. As much as I hate to say it, I'm still watching an episode. I still count as a view. So, I mean, think about it. You could say the names, bro. You don't have to be this big of a bitch about it.
Yeah.
Some people did terrible great.
Where's Chris's face? I can't see your face.
Everybody did great. So
everybody was awesome.
So
what a fun time. Hey Jay, did everybody do great?
Yes. Wait, let me think of everybody. Oh, wait. No, even they did. Nope, everybody did great.
Listen to that, dude. I can't even listen to that anymore. It's too fucking fake, bro. You can't be doing that. You can't have this like everybody did great. Everybody, bro, just name the names, dude. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody wants to hear all that, bro. I want to hear names or I don't want to hear it at all. So, remember I told you guys about this Cole Hauser guy, right? How this dude from Yellowstone was at the roast and how I was telling you guys about how he was like being a dick. I thought I mentioned that earlier. If not, I'm mentioning it now. So Bert Kreischer goes on stage. He tries to tell his jokes, right? He starts trying to do crowd work with Cole Hauser. The Cole Hauser from Yellowstone. I've never even watched an episode of that show. So now this Cole Hauser guy, he's not with the shit. And I'm not going to lie. If I'm at a comedy show, I ain't with the shit either. I could be front fucking row at a comedy show. You do crowd work with me, I'm not even going to answer your question. I'm just going to scream at the top of my lungs and go, no! And that's it. That's it. I'll make the biggest scene to fucking throw you off your axis just to fuck you up, just to see how you react to it. I do not want to be part of your show. You know, that's not what I signed up for. Did you call me before the act to consult with me to tell me that you were going to make me part of the show? Do I get a cut of the fucking ticket sales? Right? Do I get any of that? No. So I don't want to be part of the fucking show. Don't do crowd work with me. So I'm on Cole Hauser's side with this one. Bert Kreischer can go fuck himself. But because of that interaction with Bert, all the other comics on stage are like, yo, bro, like, what's this fucking Hollywood dude's problem? Yo, is Cole Hauser being a fucking cunt right now, bro? Like, this shit ain't cool. And Big J, he catches on to that. Big J's like, yeah, this guy was being a real cunt. Then he talks about how after the show, everyone in the back green room's trying to be like best friends with Cole Hauser. How all these big Hollywood comedians, that's just like the fake LA lifestyle that they live, that they all talk shit. Even Bert, who got the ass end of the shit stick from Cole Hauser, said, oh, no, I'll just, me and him will be like best friends. I'll win him over, you know? Bro, I tell that guy to go fuck. You're rich and famous. You don't need more friends, bro. You don't have to be like that. There's something about that speaks to your character, that you are that broken, that you could be rich, famous, and have your own network of people, resources, everything you need, and you still give a shit about what other people think about it. That's crazy, bro. That's actually crazy to me. So let's go to 40 minutes and, 40 minutes and 25 seconds, right? And of course, this time code's going to be off. So I'm actually going to go to like 41 minutes, right? Big J's going to start talking about this mentality, how everyone's best friends, how they're doing the roast. Tony Hinchcliffe gets on stage. He goes, Jelly Roll's my best friend. And then he brings on Adam Ray. Adam Ray's my best friend. And then Adam Ray brings someone on. He goes, this person's my best friend. You all just met each other that day.
Wait, it's not even true what I said. It's true. It's not even true what I said.
Oh, thank God. First of all,
I'm rooting for her in every episode to fuck somebody else now.
First of all, Rip's being Rip.
He's not being Rip.
He's in the balcony.
No,
being
he's not.
Rip.
He's not wearing a cowboy hat. He's
Rip is the name of the character that Cole Hauser plays on Yellowstone or whatever, just to give you guys context for that.
Being a drunk jerk off
You
in a
got-
balcony of a fucking roast that I didn't know was a roast.
First of all, you got a guy with mittens and fingernail polish and a shirtless fatso fucking with you as Rip. You say, hey, I'm down the road a piece. You want to deal with this. Other than that, do your little thing.
Fuck that. He could suck a dick.
Ah, he's fucking
Fuck Cole
awesome.
Hauser. But let me
I
tell
hope
you.
he got on a horse when he
but I
was
will-
done.
Now, if I can give you some funny about there's a great joke that Metzger made about me on the roast he did of me years ago at the Creek. It was Jigs. I know what he's talking about, but it was funny. He goes, he always thought I was a little bit retarded because how fast from meeting him that I said it was my best friend Kurt, which is like he's like a special needs kid or something, and which is pretty funny. But what that actually is a very Hollywood, that like Austin Hollywood, like the big dogs like scene. I mean, how many of them say they're Jelly Roll included, by the way. I'm not throwing people under the bus. I'm just like, could these relationships be this emotionally deep yet? Like when Bert was up there, Jelly Roll, you and Bunny, his wife, you and Bunny, Bunny and Leanne have become best friends, and I'm happy to say that the four of us are all best friends. And then Jelly Roll said that Tony Hinchcliffe was his best friend, and Tony said he was his best friend, and then Chris Porter and the guy that he sang with were both his best friends, and Chris Porter's his best friend because he's best friends with the other guy, and if Chris is best friends with him, I guess they're all best friends. And this was said.
Bro, like, listening to that, that's like watching, like, Charlie Day and It's Always Sunny try to solve a mystery. He has, like, the corkboard with all the red fucking yarn going to different pictures and stuff. Like, everyone's best friends. And you need a diagram like that to keep track of it all. This is what I'm talking about. This is, like, that fake bullshit. None of these guys are best friends with each other. And Robert says it right after. He goes, yeah, they're best friends until the fucking fame wears off. You know what I'm saying there, pal? You know what I'm saying there, big dog? You know? And it's funny because I talk about this shit all the time. It's every time we talk about Kill Tony, right? What do I say during his intros? Every single time he gets ready to introduce the guest panelists, he goes, this is the funniest, one of the funniest comedians alive today. Every single one of them's the funniest comedian alive. Every single one of them. What does that make you? Are you also the funniest comedian alive? Every single time. You say that enough, and it takes the weight out of it. Think of it like this. If your significant other, if you're a guy, girlfriend, if you're a girl, boyfriend, and that's the way we like it in Trump's America, right? Two genders. So think about if your significant other all of a sudden comes to you and starts saying, I love you every 5 seconds. Every 5 seconds. You're just sitting on the couch. They turn around, I love you. Every time you turn around, they're saying the shit again to you, right? The word would start to lose weight. Those words, that phrase would start to lose weight with you. It would start to lose so much weight that you would probably get suspicious. You'd be like, why are they saying this so much to me now? Did they cheat on me or something? Did they do something that's making them feel guilty? Are they lying to me? Do they actually not love me? This is kind of the same concept you think about. If everyone's best friends, then really nobody's best friends, right?
Of us are all best friends, and then Jelly Roll said that Tony Hinchcliffe was his best friend, and Tony said he was his best friend, and then Chris Porter and the guy that he sang with were both his best friends, and Chris Porter's his best friend because he's best friends with the other guy, and if Chris is best friends with him, I guess they're all best friends. And this was said not as part of the jokes. This was the emotional part. Everyone's best friends.
Was anybody?
That seems insane to me.
Was anybody your best friend?
No, Josh.
Josh was your best friend.
Josh is one of my best friends who was up there. Yes, absolutely. Best friend. I mean, like I'm friends. I'm like pretty good friends with Bert.
Yeah.
But I mean, like.
It's like black people with cousins. That's my cousin.
Maybe, but best friends. It seems very like a lot.
They're best friends until that fame wears out.
Yeah.
Until that fame wears out. See, there's some truth to that. Like, none of these guys are going to want to be friends with you once the fame runs out. Like, when that well runs dry, all of them are going to run for the hills. I'll tell you that right now. You see that with everyone. I mean, dude, Diddy gets caught with his shit, and Beyonce changes her last name. That she doesn't even want to be part of her husband, and he's just friends with the goddamn guy. You know what I mean? Like, the whole ecosystem gets fucked up. One of these guys gets caught or the fame runs out. It's over for you, bro. You think that you're best friends. You ain't best friends with nobody, okay? I'm going to tell you that right now. Nobody is best friends with anybody. And listen to this. We're going to end this segment on this time code, and then we're going to jump into Impulsive. This is so funny. Robert Kelly talks about how he tried to get chummy like this with someone that was just an acquaintance that he thought he was better friends with than he actually was. It was comedian Nate Bargatze. You remember? Ethan Klein didn't know who Nate Bargatze is. What'd they call him? Nate Bargatze. Nate Bargatze. That's who. So Robert Kelly, he's talking about how he had Nate Bargatze on his podcast like a couple different times, right? You Know What, Dude, is the name of Robert Kelly's podcast. You know what, dude? And he had Nate Bargatze on the podcast, dude. And he thought he was like better friends with them than he really was, right? So he's like calling Nate and like trying to text Nate and shit. Nate's not answering. So he finally leaves Nate a voicemail. He goes, "Yeah, man, what's up, dude? You fucking too big now to fucking be cool with your friends, bro?" Nate calls him back and it's like, "Bro, we ain't friends." Straight up fucking calls him like, "I don't even know you like that, dog. Like, fuck you." There you go, soundboard. Listen to this.
Like, shouldn't best friends? I should ask them all. I go, "Hey, what's everybody's middle name?"
Yeah, you should have.
I should. Oh my god, I didn't realize everybody here was such best friends. What's everybody's middle name? I'm curious because I know the best middle name of my best friends.
I remember Nate did that to me one time. He used to be on YKWd back in the day before he blew up, and I remember he blew up, not as big as he is now, but I think Fallon kind of took him under his wing,
Mm-hmm.
and I called him up, and he didn't answer, and I left a message. I was like, "Oh, you're fucking too big now to call me up. I've been fucking your friend for a long time, blah blah blah. You think you're a big shot now?" Busting his balls. He called me back. He goes, "Bobby, what's up?" I go, "What the fuck? You can't call me?" He goes,
Yo, imagine that. Because that's what's funny about it. Bobby's giving you his side of the story, but when you hear this kind of story, you don't think about like the other side of it, right? Picture Nate just living his life. Like he's not even thinking about this at all. And then you just get a text message from what to you is a random fucking person going, "Oh, what, dude? We're not fucking cool no more, dude? You just gonna leave me like that, dude? You get all fucking big and famous, bruh? And we're not friends like that, dude?" You know, like, I'd be like, "What the fuck is this?" So he sends him this message. Nate calls him back, calls him out immediately. Listen to this.
and I left a message. I was like, "Oh, you're fucking too big now to call me up. I've been fucking your friend for a long time, blah blah blah. You think you're a big shot now?" Busting his balls. He called me back. He goes, "Bobby, what's up?" I go, "What the fuck? You can't call me?" He goes, "Bobby." I go, "Your friend?" He goes, "We're not really we're friendly, dude." I go, "Fuck you, dude. You've been on my podcast." He goes, "What's my daughter's name?" And I hung up.
Oh, look. What's my daughter's name? That's what. If I was ever one of the, like, if I was one of those comedians that goes on Tony Hinchcliffe, I'd be like, "Oh, I'm the funniest comedian ever. What's my best joke? Tell me your favorite joke that I got." Yeah, you don't know because you're a fucking slag. Now let's give it up for Robert Kelly. Telling it like it is, man. You gotta love that. You really
I think I've called him back.
Hey, you calm down with that shit. You know, Spotify, of course, the worst HTML5 player in the business. So, who do we have next that we're gonna end this episode on? We got 1/2 hour more, and I think we're gonna finish it out on Logan Paul getting completely cucked out on his own goddamn podcast. Now, if only I could find the time codes for that. Where is it? Where are the time codes for Logan Paul getting cucked on his own podcast? I thought I had them. Oh, shit. I never put them in there. Oh, well, we got the time codes right here. So, we're good to go. Let's check it out. So, this is kind of an interesting one. They have this guy, Brian Johnson, on Impulsive Podcast. And Brian Johnson, for those of you who don't know, he's this dude who's doing like he's trying to be like the healthiest guy ever or whatever. He wants to like live for as long as he possibly can. So he like works out excessive amounts every day. He eats like certain regimented food. He like hired a whole scientist like team to be like, okay, you have to do all of this if you want to live to be like 150 or something. And he's like putting all this money and resources in it. I think he spends like $10 million a year or something like that to get younger, to the point to where this guy actually gets like blood transfusions with his son to have younger blood in his body, thinking that it's going to like make him age in reverse. That's how crazy this fucking guy is, right? But because of how much science involved and shit, a lot of people think this dude is like the smartest guy. This guy is going to die at like 89 at best. Like think about how ironic it's going to be when this guy hits 75 and crumbles just like the rest of us. That's going to be some real shit, right? But people buy this stuff because of he says all this scientific shit. So you have idiots like Mike Malek, right? Who basically are like, I want to be just as smart as this guy, you know? So Mike tries his hardest to sound smart the entire podcast, to the point to where he starts bulldogging the fuck out of Logan in his own show. Like, it's that, like, watch, you'll see what I'm talking about. Logan will try to ask a question, Mike interrupts. Logan's sitting there staring at Mike, like giving him the evil eye, like he wants to kill him the whole time. This is going to be great. Wait until you see this.
Brian. I was
Brian.
about to go on stage last night. Or in the ring, yeah.
I don't feel like my higher ups would have liked that.
Why?
I don't know. You're not a wrestler. What would you have done?
Brought peace. You know, like broke peace.
Look at this fucking robot. Like, you think Zuck is bad. Bro, this guy does not compute human emotion at all. He's a worse robot than Zuck. But I will admit, he looks pretty young. I mean, he looks like he's the same age as Logan. He's got at least 10 or 15 years on him, right? And you think that's going to be good now. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I'm telling you, I'm calling it now. Let's do a Deadpool. All right? You want to join in on the bet? Join the Deadpool. We're going to start it right now. My bet is this guy dies from some form of cancer before the age of 85. Between 75 and 85. I will give, and if I probably won't even, I will not live nearly as long as this fucking guy. So I don't even know why I'm sitting here making bets and shit. You know, it's like, what are we even doing here? So now watch. This is just the intro, right? And Logan's about to start trying to ask this guy questions, and Mike's going to jump in, and they're going to start having a little back and forth. Well, I thought we were going to ask questions this way. Well, I thought we were going to ask questions this way, right?
At a wrestling event, we don't want peace. We want violence.
Yeah, that's true.
Have you ever wrestled against someone that can live forever?
No.
You can't hurt them.
Yeah, is that true? You're unscathed, invincible.
Yeah. I'm the escape artist for death.
Whoa. Brian Johnson, ladies and gentlemen.
Give him a
good old intro. Here's the funny part about that. Logan's sitting there acting retarded. He goes, so you're like the healthiest guy in the world? Like, and he's like tripping over his words and shit. And you think the guy's like trying to tell a joke back. He goes, I'm like an escape artist for death, right? And obviously you say, oh, he's joking. He's being cheeky. I like this guy. He's being cheeky. No, you stare in this guy's eyes. He's being dead serious when he says shit like this.
Brian Johnson, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, let's go back. Watch. Wait until he says this. Look at how serious he is in his face. He goes, I'm an escape artist for death.
Is that true? You're unscathed, invincible.
Yeah. I'm the escape artist for death.
Whoa. Brian Johnson.
And he's dead serious. Like, bro, this is the part where you're supposed to have like a shit-eating grin on your face, and you're supposed to go, yeah, we're all joking. This is great. Oh, yeah, you're introducing me. Yeah. Nope. This guy goes, I'm an escape artist for death. Logan and Mike are looking at each other like, yo, are we supposed to laugh right now, bro? We don't know. he's looking at us pretty serious like right now.
Johnson, ladies and gentlemen.
Give him a fucking blurb.
All right, this guy right here is trying to live forever.
Well, forever is not a construct that the human mind can currently understand.
Maybe not
So
your
he's not-
mind. 'cause
No.
riddled with
These
crack
are
for
of
2
his-
decades.
Leave the crack out.
Oh, I like that. I like that. Logan fighting back a little early. Little does he know it's not going to pan out for him like that. Mike is about to fucking big dig this guy hard, bro. So look, right away, they're sitting there fighting about like the way that they're asking questions and shit. Like, and this is crazy. Yo, Mike is the co-host. Like, to fill you guys in, Logan just like found this guy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes Logan takes in wannabe influencers like they're stray cats off the street. He did it with Midget Mamba. He did it with George Janko. He did it with Mike Malak. These guys would literally have not shit if it wasn't for Logan. Now this guy's trying to take over his goddamn podcast? What's next? You want to fuck his wife too?
Well, forever is not a construct that the human mind can currently understand.
Maybe not
So
your
he's not-
mind.
No.
Look, I like that how Mike thinks he's like this fucking guru. Bro, if you've actually done crack as much as you say you have, which nobody believes, by the way, you're not cut from that cloth. You're just not. Okay? Needles scare the fuck out of a guy like Mike. So if you've done as much crack and heroin and all that stuff as you say you have, your brain is not equipped for this conversation. So don't sit there and start like waving your fucking hand around and being like, Logan, it's a construct that you cannot comprehend because you're a fucking moron, bro. Like, okay, what the fuck? Like, is this real right now?
Right here is trying to live forever.
Well, forever is not a construct that the human mind can currently understand.
Maybe not
So
your
he's not-
mind. 'cause
No.
riddled with
These
crack
are
for
of
2
his-
decades.
Leave the crack out of it. These are Brian's words. But a large increase in lifespan. That's what we're talking about today, right? Is that right?
An extremist. You're an extremist?
See, so now, you know what's funny is Mike is playing a very manipulative game right there. Because normally Mike would come back and try to like, you know, go back and forth with Logan about some stupid shit. But he sees this guy and Mike, like, I don't know if he wants to be like him or if he's like, thinks that maybe he could potentially get something out of this guy in the future. I really don't understand like what it is. But you could tell Mike like wants approval or he just wants to seem smarter than what he actually is in front of this guy, right? This right here, to me, is an overreach of power. You got to kick him off the show after this, you know? That was just the first one. Logan, he's sitting there trying to make Logan sound like an idiot, and Logan comes back with a hostile retort, right? He goes, yeah, you had crack riddled in your brain for 2 decades, bro. And Mike tries to handle it with poise. He goes, oh, you know, let's leave the crack out of it. You know, look, I'm going to try to be the bigger man here. Doing this all in front of this guy to try to make himself seem better than Logan. And now watch. He's going to continue to take his nuts out and flop them on Logan's forehead for the rest of the interview.
Stunning.
Dude, your lifestyle is insane.
In what way?
It's just so extreme, and you have to be so committed to do it. You take how many pills a day?
50.
And you have 100% sleep score for the past
year.
And you work out every single day, no caffeine, no alcohol, all the things you'd expect like the best behaving person to do and the healthiest person to do. Would you say you're probably one of the healthiest people in the world?
I think it is accurate to say I am the most healthy person in the entire world. I have the best comprehensive biomarkers of anybody on the planet. So if there were an Olympic sport for health, I would be the gold medalist.
Steve will do it is healthier than you.
Who?
Steve will do it.
Listen to this guy trying to come in. Steve will do it. It's healthier than you. Steve will do it. As if this guy's going to give a fuck or even know who Steve will do it is. And to listen to this guy talk is actually like asinine. To be like, I'm the healthiest guy in the world. If health was an Olympic sport, I'd be the gold medal. Bro, you're the only one getting tests done on yourself. Think about how many people there are in the world. You're trying to tell me you're healthier than every single one? If everyone got strapped to tests, I doubt you'd be the healthiest one, bro. Like, I don't know. This guy looks like a goddamn robot. Come on, you can't be healthy and be a robot at the same time. This is crazy. So now watch. Mike is sitting here, again, trying to sound smart, and he's about to flex his nuts on Logan.
I'm 100% positive that Steve will do it as the healthiest person on the planet.
Okay.
He's another creator, super focused on health, cold plunges every day. He's an excessive drinker and gambler. He's got some faults,
Okay.
but I believe that if you went head to head with him,
All right.
you guys would have a showdown.
He would at least be a close second.
Yes. Okay.
Can we go one by one?
Yeah,
By the way of things here, because
Like we're gonna go back and forth. We're gonna wrap.
Look at that. Look at that. Who's calling the shots in this goddamn interview here? Can we go one by one? Can we ask question to question? No. No. Like, what do you think this is, dude? This is not back and forth. This is my show. So it's like to sit there and try to go, hey, can we do like 1 for 1 on the questions? If I was Logan, I'd turn around and go, dude, can you get the fuck off set so I can talk to this guy uninterrupted in peace, please? I don't need you here. Goodbye. Like, what is this?
Okay.
Can we go one by one?
Yeah,
By the way of things here, because
Like we're gonna go back and forth. We're gonna rapid fire.
Yeah.
But don't feel free to
that's
like.
not what I meant.
Oh,
I just meant a little bit of more regimented approach than our normal rapid fire because you have a very regimented lifestyle. The three.
So now look, did you see that? Logan's already sick of this goddamn dude. So he goes, and this is what's crazy about it. Mike goes, can we go 1 for 1? Okay, how would anybody take that? Aside from, hey, can we go like question for question? So Logan says that, hey, me and him, we're going to go back and forth question for question. And of course, Mike, trying to swing his dick at Logan, goes, no, dude, you're retarded. I didn't say that. I said, I want to do like this thing. He basically says the same thing. No, I have one question, and then you have a question. We're going to structure it different than we normally do. Okay, Logan just said that same shit. So you could see Logan, he starts getting like either annoyed or embarrassed, whatever it is. He's like hitting his head on the microphone. To me, I think it's him being annoyed. He's like, I'm already ready to kick this guy, and the interview just started. I'm already like about to tell him to leave.
Yeah. But don't feel free to
That's
like.
not what I meant.
Oh,
I just meant a little bit of more regimented approach than our normal rapid fire because you have a very regimented lifestyle. The three big ones that stick out to me.
Look at that. This guy. Now he's going to go into a whole big spiel. The big thing, he's got fucking his phone out. They both got their phones out trying to ask this guy questions and shit. Now watch this. This is great. You're going to see Logan try to fight back a little bit. And trust me, it doesn't last for very long. This guy gets like one shining moment, and then Mike continues to fucking just make an ass out of this guy. Watch this.
Your whole movement is don't die.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get into the specifics of this for people who want to live forever, who are watching. But even that like thesis in its own right, I saw on your Netflix documentary, you acknowledged how human connection. Hey, can you stop bouncing your foot, bro?
Hey, yo, what?
What the fuck?
Look at Logan. Logan barely knows what the fuck is going on. So if you're sitting there bouncing your foot next to him and like causing distractions and shit, he's like a fish. He's going to forget whatever he's doing. He's going to start doing whatever's over there. So you can't do that shit to him. You're like really fucking his whole feng shui up right here. Watch this. I love this. Logan's trying to lock in. He's trying to lock in here. And Mike's shaking his foot. He's ruining his whole his concentration's off. We have to send Logan to a concentration camp so that he can concentrate better.
In its own right, I saw on your Netflix documentary, you acknowledged how human connection. Hey, can you stop bouncing your foot, bro?
I'm just really excited for this show. I was pumped to hear about his genetic disadvantage until you curved the entire conversation. Sorry, I'm fucking sorry, Logan. Okay, I'm sorry that I don't age at 0.4. Dude. Okay, back to the show.
All right, so
Ooh, he tells him, back to the show, bitch. Back to the show, you fucking bitch. I love that, dude. Now watch this. This shit. This is going to send you guys into a whole new dimension. You guys are going to be like, what the hell is going on here? These guys try to do like a little I don't know. Who's that comedy duo? Abbott and Costello type shit. These guys legitimately are trying to do like old school 50s comedy shtick routine to this guy, right? Who you already seen is not here to make any jokes. This guy literally called himself an escape artist for death. You didn't even see a smile crack on his face. That's how serious he was. Now watch. These two are going to try to do this little comedy bit on him. And remember Mark Norman with the flower on the nose? He committed to that. It was a big swing. Same with these guys. They commit to this bit and throw the biggest swing at this Brian Johnson dude. And whomp, whomp, it fails. Watch this.
You've put out the fires, you've bathed the kids, you put them to bed, and then you've got a fight with your partner coming, right? You're just exhausted. And so in that moment where I'm like, I just can't take anymore, the only thing that would soothe me would be like to eat food, right? Like, oh, those brownies in the kitchen or the potato chips, like somehow eating food to soothe my discomfort.
Well, you look. I'm fat. I get it. Why are you looking?
Well, you do that, Mike.
I don't. Well, you do too.
Look, so now this is going to be the start of the bit. Is them trying to talk over each other. Now, if you watch this guy, while he's talking, Logan turns to Mike and he gives him the nod. He's like, yo, you ready to do the bit? Right? And like, remember, Louis J. Gomez did this when he bombed on Kill Tony. He looked at Tony, tapped him on the leg and was like, I got a joke for this guy. Gets up there, Tony Hinchcliffe, Louis J. Gomez, take the floor. Louis bombs his ass off. So now you watch, Logan's going to look at Mike for confirmation. He goes, you ready to do the bit? And watch, these guys eat shit so hard.
Oh, those brownies in the kitchen or the potato chips, like somehow eating food to soothe my discomfort.
Well, you look. I'm fat. I get it. Why are you looking?
Well, you do that, Mike.
I don't. Well, you do too. You scumbag.
No, it's
you,
sick, 'cause-
no,
no, it's 'cause
no,
it's
because
sick, 'cause
also
you're
you're
right,
going
and
to
what
talk
you're
all day
describing is
today
right, I
about
love
all these
potato
things.
chips.
How
Hey,
you're
bro,
going to
if
be
I
like,
had a
oh, I'm the
shift
healthiest
past 8
person
p.m.,
of
I would
all
totally
time.
do
You
it.
drink
Go to
old
In-N-Out,
fashioned.
go to wherever
Last
I
night,
go to
dirty
do because I
martini.
like
You'll
drinking.
drink. You'll
Whatever,
eat
I like
hummus
drinking.
of all this
I like
stuff,
drinking. I
dude.
don't want to
You
die, but I
do
also don't
every
want to
time
stop
I see you.
drinking.
It's a known fact.
Trill.
Trill. That's it. That's all he has to say. Trill, bro. Think about that. You make that, you go through all that yelling, all that back and forth bullshit. It's like, this is like a skit out of like Rugrats or something. Like two kids trying to talk to their mom at the same time to get, okay. You go through all that. And this robot, he doesn't know how to compute it. So he has to go through all of his programming. He goes, we don't got none of that in the database. He goes, hit him with the trill. That's his programming talking to him. We cannot compute. Hit him with the trill. So the guy just looks at him and goes, trill, bro. Trill, dude. Yeah, trill. It's fucking trill. Look at this.
Trill.
Trill.
So then you watch the argument. So then, like,
or does he say it's real? Does he say trill or does he say it's real? Either way, that's a bad response to this bit.
I like drinking. I don't want to die, but I also don't want to stop
Every time I see you,
drinking.
It's a known fact.
Does he say it's real or trill?
Trill. So then you watch the argument. So then, like, even
see, and he goes right back into the conversation. Look at Logan. Logan's like, bro, we are failing right now, man. And I'm getting demasculated by my own goddamn co-host, bro. Watch. This next one is big. Dude, Mike cucks this guy so goddamn hard. And he gives him the chest tap. He cucks the shit out of him, right? And then taps him in his chest, right? And you're going to see Logan even like looks down at his hand. He's like, motherfucker, I'm a WWE superstar. I'll snap you in half, dog. Watch, wait until you see this. This is the biggest cuck. Mike might as well married this guy. Mike might as well have stole this guy's wife.
Like, how do we think we know anything about existence? Like, we can measure gravity, sure. Like, we can measure molecules, sure. But like these big existential questions,
you don't even bother.
Like, how could you even approach?
So sorry. So that stance would be considered agnostic. Not.
No.
Yes, it is.
No,
and that, he has an agnostic stance.
No, because do you believe in a higher power?
I'm confused. Like,
That's
what-
agnostic.
what's it-
No, he's not.
Yes, it is. Atheist means you are saying you do not believe that there's a higher power. Agnostic means you don't have proof to believe or not believe that there's a higher power. He has an agnostic approach towards higher power.
I thought agnostic, you still kind of believe in something up there.
No, it's you just don't believe that there's proof to say that there is or isn't. So you just continue living your existence.
Yeah, so like
I would say you're agnostic.
Yeah, I mean,
So look at that. You just get done fucking proving this guy all fucking wrong in his own shit. And here's the crazy part. If he would have stayed with that point, it wouldn't have changed the conversation. And nobody would have been listening and go, oh, I have no idea what they're talking about now because he said the wrong word. Like, it wasn't one of those, like, deal breaker words that you're like, yo, if you change this, the whole sentence falls apart. It wasn't like that. To sit there and go, oh, this guy's a little unsure about, like, the way he feels about things. Okay, call him agnostic. And people say that shit all the time. They go, I don't believe in God, but I believe in a higher power. I'm agnostic. Turns out that's the wrong definition for the word, but people still, nobody ever gets tripped up over people using it that way. Not once. So now Mike just goes, oh yeah, Logan, you're a fucking stupid bitch, and I'm going to explain why, what the word agnostic means, dude. And then I'm going to go on and continue the conversation myself because you're a fucking stupid bitch, and you don't know how to talk to this guy.
There is or isn't, so you just continue living your existence.
Yeah, so like
I would say you're agnostic.
Yeah, I mean, so I have.
Look at Logan. That's a cuck if I ever seen one. Watch this.
You just continue living your existence.
Yeah, so like
look, so Mike is basically fucking Logan's wife in the ass, right? And Logan just tightens up his chin. He goes, yeah. I actually never fucked you like that, dude. That's pretty interesting, bruh. Very interesting the way you word it like that. I've never fucked my wife like that.
I would say you're agnostic.
Yeah, I mean, so I don't use words because I don't want to walk into
a pigeonhole.
Them, like right, like the words that have been built around those concepts. I'm trying to acknowledge the absolute greatest degree of humility expressible by an intelligent being. I have no like humanity has never known what's going on. Like every era, every generation brings new knowledge. Like, oh, that's what's going on. It just expands. Like we're always ignorant. We just don't know to what degree.
See, this is funny because it's bleeding into what we talked about in the last
Ooh,
episode.
look at that.
He.
Hold up. Let's back it up a bit. Sorry, I got hit with some technical difficulties real quick. Go back. Look at this. Watch when Mike taps Logan's arm like that. He gives him a little bump, right? Might as well shook this guy's brain on the inside of his head. And Logan don't like it. Logan looks down. He's like, yo, I'm about to kill this motherfucker, bro.
What's going on? It just expands. Like we're always ignorant. We just don't know to what degree.
See, this is funny because it's.
Ooh. Look at Logan, bro. Logan's like, I done about had enough of this motherfucker. Look at this guy, dude.
It expands. Like we're always ignorant. We just don't know to what degree.
See, this is funny because.
Logan's like, I'm a WWE champion, bro. I fucked Raina Ripley. What's that one, like, the wrestler girl that, like, all the fucking wrestler fans want to fuck? I think her name is something like Raina Ripley or, like, Raina Raven. She dresses in all black and wears, like, purple make. I mean, and the craziest part is the chick ain't even that hot. Like, you watch her and you're like, dude, the girls back in the day were smoking these wrestler chicks now, bro. Like, both in skill and in hotness. But they see this Raina Ripley girl. Logan's like, I can't believe I went from cheating on my wife with WWE sluts to getting completely cucked on my own goddamn podcast by my co-host that I literally pulled out of the goddamn gutter. Logan found Mike as if he, like, was like a crumpled up $5 bill that you find on the ground. Like, you know what I mean? That's how Logan treated it. Like, you pick up a crumpled up $5, you're like, oh, sweet, a $5. You put it in your pocket, you keep going. That's exactly how Logan found Mike. He goes, oh, shit, look, a washed up influencer. Oh, I'd take that home. Puts him in his pocket, goes on his way. He goes, I really think I can make something out of this. And now here we are today. Now, you watching your podcast get taken to town by your this is insanity.
Because it's bleeding into what we talked about in the last episode. he is at the greatest, probably the greatest level of wokeness in saying, I just really don't know.
I mean, there's that. I love the power, and I don't know.
For sure. I exist in a
Dude, oh my God, I almost fucking forgot about this part. Listen to this. Not only did Mike cuck the shit out of this guy, slap him and go, yo, this playing it, pissed him off by testing his personal space, right? Now Mike's about to talk about how he exists in a higher plane than most people. Like his consciousness is at a higher level than most me and you. You know? Think about that. Think about this fucking crazy asshole having that type, like, I envy that type of self-confidence. Like, if I had that, I'd be president of the United States, maybe. I might have actually beaten Trump for the election. If you believed in yourself the way Mike Malik believed in yourself, you'd be doing so many great things in this world. The reason why Mike doesn't do great things is because he's just a lazy piece of shit. He believes in himself just to, like, get, like, porn star pussy and make some extra cash off of scamming people for meme coins, dude. Like, if you took that and you brought that into the workforce and actually tried to make something, that Mike would be an unstoppable force. Like, it would be insane to have that much self-confidence. Listen to this guy. He's basically, I exist on a higher plane than most normal people.
No.
I mean, there's that. I love the power, and I don't know.
For sure. I exist in a place that is 1 degree either below or above that, which is saying I can see both sides, okay? Meaning I exist in a gray area. I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. I hear what I'm thinking. And then you've got this, what is right now considered to be woke mentality, which I believe is the most...
And then I'm above the woke people. I believe that I'm either 1 degree above or below the average man, in where I can actually see both sides of the coin, to where you are only living on one side of the coin because you're a fucking pleb, a piece of shit. Look at this guy's hairline. Now I'm going bald. I know that. I'm getting older, boy. It's inevitably gonna happen. One day you're gonna pop into this show and see me looking like Danny DeVito. So it's coming. But this guy has a crazy goddamn hairline. It's got like this one little Jewish wave or something. This guy's like not even Jew. He's got all the aesthetic though. Look at that. Holy shit. Look at the nose on this guy. Bro. To think that this person is sitting there looking at this like fucking billionaire health guru wannabe dude and just trying to relate to him on any fucking level is insane to me, dude. You have to. I mean, you have no choice but to give it up for this fucking asshole. Good Lord. So, as always, this is the end of Lost Ox Media. It's a little borrowed saying. I like to say this is the worst part of Lost Ox Media. It's the end, right? But, as all good things, this too must come to an end. So, let's put on a little bit of tunes and I'll give you guys the old shtick, I like to thank you once again for joining me for another wonderful week of Lost Ox Media. Be sure to check out lostox.media to stay up to date with all things Lost Ox Media, or to support the show and buy merch, things along those lines. Whenever episodes get copyright striked and we have to cut segments out of YouTube, you can always watch the full episode in its entirety on lostox.media. Also, be sure to check it out regularly to stay up to date for when we drop the Burn Unit. That'll be exclusive content membership, live streams that we'll do a couple times a month and everything like that. We are still planning, and trust me, it will be coming and it will be great. Be sure to stay up to date. Every Wednesday these episodes drop. 5 a.m. audio drops on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and anywhere else your podcasts live. 4 p.m. video drops on YouTube and or Spotify. That way, you can listen to the episodes on your way to work, and when you get home from work, you can watch them. That's just the way we do it here. So until next time, I will bid you goodbye and bid you adieu. Until next time, suck my dick!